night coverage of the continuation of the NASRA 500 King of Daytona Speed Weeks. We are getting ready for the final preliminaries before the big race. Tomorrow night, we welcome you to the Serve Pro Duel Race number 1 at Daytona. For 15 drivers that have won the qualifying races as well as the last chance race last night, they have locked themselves in to the big race tomorrow night. 14 more spots are up for grabs in each of the duels, and we're getting the field gridded and ready for this event. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Virtual Daytona and the World Center of Racing. I am Wesley Outland, the Redneck announcer, Jacob Reeves alongside, and we are not wasting any time. They're gridded, and we are ready for the front row to be introduced for duel number 1. Winner back on Sunday, Malik Ray from NASCAR, Jacob Bice on row number 1. Daniel Everhart and Kyler Wynn will make up row 2, defending winner of last year. Brandon Broadfoot, the only winner of a qualifying race from NASRA, starts 5th, and Michael Sturgill on the outside in row number 3. Larry McDonald and Pator Smetana make up row number 4, and Jacob Reeves, good evening, my friend. Your top 10 will find Trevor Asmanoff and Peyton Johnson in the 15-10th.
Yeah, absolutely, Wesley Outland. Good evening to you as well as Dylan Jones and Wyatt Gray's going to make up row number 6. You flip-flop back to row 7. You got Max Denda and Matthew Patton. Look at Patton rocking the 3 and the 48, 2 iconic numbers. We'll see what happens. David Giusti and Jacob Smetana back here in row number 8 with the Smetana twins. Then you got Tristan Bruce, OTB, with Hunter Hastings making up row number 9, and rounding out the top 20 is Craig Schroeder, a driver with NASRA, and Nathan Harper.
Row number 11 will find Dana Ryan from West Virginia and Michael Barksdale, the Big Red Machine, on the outside in 22nd. Row number 12 will find Sean Corbett from Wilmington, North Carolina, Dustin Shepard alongside. Row 13, Patrick Millette will start 25th. David Flanagan to his outside. Rest of the lineup will find Tyler Goodwin in the 27, followed by Robert Richardson. And your top 30 on the grid, as preliminary laps are underway, the Holla Daddy from Fort Myers, Brian Chu, and J.R. Miller. He'll start 30th.
And right behind them, Joey Creech and George Jewell making up row number 16, 31st, and 32nd here tonight. And then you go to row 17 with Nathan Brown and Joey Masevich. I've raced against him. Been teammates in the past. Joey Masevich, good to see him back here with Brian Pitto and Matthew Dula. Dula Light. What it would mean for him to get in this bad boy. He'd have him some Dula Lights when it's all said and done. Owen Strange and Josh Suss, the Kappa, making up the top 38. Round out the top 40 is Justin Johnson and Tucker McClendon with the Tennessee Colors.
Rest of the lineup will find all those drivers of 40 plus. Everybody else operating race control. Thank you again, Justin White from the NASRA Cup Series, TJ Moore, of course, Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott. And there's a look at the information. 60 laps, 150 miles, 3 sets of tires, fuel capacity 100%. We're racing under the lights. Weather conditions coming up in a moment. Under partly cloudy conditions, there will be one attempt at a green-white checker if need be. Partly cloudy, track temp is at 79 degrees, 78.80 Fahrenheit. Air temp is at 77. And absolutely, Jacob Reeves, perfect virtual night for racing at Daytona.
Yeah, but you can't get much better than this right here. 77, 78, just smack dab right in the middle, and exactly what these drivers want to see. Ain't going to have to worry about a whole lot of tire wear. You saw it with the three sets of tires, obviously. But the main thing about it, though, these drivers is going to have to do something that they haven't done all week long in these qualifying races. What's that? A pit stop, and it's going to damn near be required to make that pit stop. I expect them to go around lap 30, give or take. Some may go a little bit earlier, whenever the pit window would open up to be able to make it. You can go about 35, 37, 38 laps on a full tank of fuel. So somewhere in that range is when you're going to start to see people open up. About lap 23, 24, that's what you're going to be aiming for.
Brandon Broadfoot from Chico, California, the Razor Ramon of NASRA, the only driver that made it in from the qualifying races of the week representing the NASRA brand as a winner. But now The final preliminary night underway before we race them for 500 miles tomorrow evening. Green flag in the air. Third row, Duel 1 underway here in Daytona. Malik Ray on the inside. Vice right there in stride for stride is Win. Everhart. Outside lane begins to pick up speed as they rumble off 31 degrees into turn number 2.
Yeah, Jackson Bias locked and loaded up on the outside lane. Kyler Wynn right behind him. Malik Ray there with Daniel Everhart. Pretty much an all-star cast, if you will, up here within the top 10. Larry McDonald trying to make something happen back there in the 74, but Jackson Bias holding toe with Malik Ray down on the inside. Kyler Wynn in synchronized formation. Bias comes down. They almost touch coming through turn 4 for the first time here tonight.
Smart thing to do is not do anything aggressive here. This is only lap number 1. 1 lap in, 59 to go. Vice now leads the opening go. Win now to second. Everybody behind them, including Everhart, Smetana, Broadfoot, Johnson, McDonald, all door to door as they go back into turn number 2.
Jackson Bias, got clear, and Kyler Wynn both got them mixed up almost with Wynn up on the top side. Now he's getting the shove from obviously Michael Sturgill Jr. Jr. shoves Wynn. Wynn's got a nose out ahead going into turn 3. He will grab the lead. Jackson Bias with Malik Ray right behind him. Then you got Everhart back there with Peter Smetana, Broadfoot, Johnson, McDonald, and Gray, the top 10.
Here they come, slicing as Asmanoff gets pushed out of line. He goes below the double yellow line. He's got to sneak back up and get beside Gray's car to try to make them 3 wide. Now way high goes Vice. This opens the door to the inside lane. Open it now to Kyler Wynn. He'll peek through to the lead. Everhart right there as we're 3 wide in that second row with now cars in the middle with Smetana, Gray, and Johnson off 2.
Poor old Jackson Bias going all the way to the back, maybe seeing something that he didn't like up at the front. Hell, we got a spinner all the way down to the apron. No caution yet. That's the cop of Joshua Larry McDonald. Looked like it had the 80 on there, but now they're going to throw the Serpro caution first one of the night.
Larry McDonald in that 80 machine, some contact made as they got a little antsy down the super stretch. He came from the outside lane, then veered into the bottom of the double yellow line, and then he goes spinning. You're already seeing a little glimpse of it. I'm wondering if Nathan Harper might have squeezed up McDonald and didn't give him enough room, and that's what caused the accident. You're already seeing a replay of where he had already spun. We're going to have to go a little bit further. Watch this, though, and actually, my apologies, McDonald lost it in front of Harper's front bow, nowhere to go. Then he gets into the 09 machine. That's the driver of Dylan Jones, and that's what caused the accident. Harper into the left rear off of Asmanoff's passenger side, and then T-boned by Jones. Everybody else is just trying to check up from there.
Yeah, everybody trying to figure out a way to get through it. McDonald actually down on the bottom, down there on the apron, was able to, everybody kind of jump up to the top side and try to get around him. If he'd have been smack dab in the middle of the racetrack, good Lord have mercy, there's no telling how that would have ended up turning out. But once again, you saw the contact with Harper, with McDonald, also with Asmanoff, and also with Jones right there in it. Looked like McDonald got tagged, got set up, Harper got in the back of him, and there goes Larry McDonald. Boy, I'll tell you this much. If he had any eggs on his farm, it straight up got scrambled right there on the apron. He's going to be from the back. But, Wesley, he ain't got to worry about it here tonight because, remember, he already won in his qualifying race. He's already locked in tomorrow night.
Remember, there's 14 more spots up for grabs. 15 drivers have made it in by virtue of the qualifying races and the last chance races since Sunday night. So, with that said, if you win and you advance, obviously, a little more extra money in your pocket. But if you have a bad night and you decide to park it, you automatically are guaranteed to start in the race. Some drivers are on pit lane already getting service early.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Drivers making pit stops, Jacob Reeves, rather early than what I anticipated. Everybody behind the top 15 or 13 for that matter onto the pit lane for service.
Yeah, I mean, and I think honestly, this is kind of just one of those deals where everybody jumps down pit road, go ahead. They're just going down, just getting some fuel, just to have that little bit of extra in the tank. Remember, I talked about it. Obviously, they can't go a whole 60 laps on a full tank of fuel, so they're going to go ahead and jump down and maybe take advantage of this extra 5 laps. These other guys clutching it, saving fuel. I mean, you can do that as well, but it doesn't hurt to have a little bit in the tank. The other thing is, you saw Kyler win and others. They were up there at the front. They did not have any draft or anything to help them out. Granted, it's just 5 laps, but if you can get an extra 5 laps on fuel to your advantage over the rest of the field, hell yeah, take it. I mean, why not? I mean, take it all day long.
The driver out of Prague, Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia, if that matter. That is the driver of the number 53 machine. That is Petr Smetana from the eNASCAR Czech program. Also, he's competed in some eNASCAR events, Road to Pro and more. Right now, he is the man that leads the way, that number 53 machine. Back in second is Johnson in the number 15, representing NASRA from Abingdon, Virginia, in the Papa Julio's entry. And right now, back to third, Brandon Broadfoot, also for NASRA from Chico, California. And you're on board with him down below. Brandon Broadfoot, the 22, the only driver that won a qualifier for the NASRA brand. Michael Barksdale in the top 5. That's the way it stands from Wiley, Texas. Is Jacob, we have the lights off on the pace car. We should be looking for green flag next time by.
Yeah, I mean, and this is going to get more interesting than interesting. Gets everybody kind of stacked back up. They was already stacked up, but that caution it's got to give everybody just a little bit of a reminder that cautions do happen. Obviously, in these dual races, I'm sure they was a part of a hell of a lot of them through the qualifying races all the way through the week. But one thing about this, though, Wesley, these guys need to understand it. This is their only shot. Here in the duels. If you don't make it through on this one, you can't just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take another shot. I'm going to go to dual race number 2, and I'll be able to get it lined up. No, you cannot, because that field is already lined up. These guys, they're already got their lineup ready. You can't jump into that one. You got into this one. And mind you as well, remember, no fast repairs as well. So if you get your car junked in this, and you're already not locked into tomorrow night, you're pretty much screwed. You might be sitting there drinking beer with the other, however many that's going to watch it live tomorrow night. You might be just sitting there drinking a cold one watching it tomorrow night.
Yeah, remember, if you do the math, if you're thinking this up, mathematically, 15 drivers minus 43 spots, that means there's 28 positions up for grabs, meaning that 14 drivers will transfer from the first duel that by the way are not locked in from the qualifying races. I want to emphasize on that. Guys that ran the qualifying races and that won, that's a mulligan. You're automatically in to the NASRA 500 King of Daytona. 14 spots up for grabs for drivers that have not punched their way in from Duel 1 and then in the DSR Electric Duel 2 coming up next. Back underway, green flag in the Surf Pro Duel in Daytona. Johnson now. Peyton Johnson, that is, on the high side. Gets around Smetana family. Broadfoot's right there in the mix. So is Big Red with Barkdale down the back straightaway.
And a third lane starting to arise up there with Kyler Wynn trying to make it happen. One driver jumped out right there up to the top side to try to make something happen, get up in front of Kyler Wynn, but Peyton Johnson and Jacob Smetana side by side trying to make it happen. The driver that jumped up in front of Kyler Wynn is Michael Sturgill Jr. outside lane starting to work on 4.
Remember, Sturgill made that work happen on Wednesday night to put himself in by a qualifying race winner. He's on the high side. Push from the outside lane by Kyler Wynn. the pride out of Canada, the man who won this race last year, up top, down to the inside. Smetana behind him, 3x3 as they rumble out of turn 2.
Smetana up front all by himself. Johnson, Shepard side by side. After that, you flip-flop back, and it's 3 wide from there on back. Now the top side starting to die off. Sturgill Jr., Kyler Wynn, nothing happening. They're dying off big time. They got one right behind them. Looks like that's J.R. Miller or Junior Miller, but nothing happening with that outside lane. Smetana leads off of turn 4.
From Prague, Czechoslovakia. And there he's got a hungry horse, the Warlords, behind him. With Johnson on the inside, there goes Shepard now. And that golden white Ford. All these drivers now try to tuck and get in line with Smetana, part of the family back from Prague, Czech Republic back to 4th and 5th. Don't count out the 48 machine. That's also Max Binda. As they work the back straightaway, it is still all Smetana down the back straightaway.
Yes, Smetana all by himself and trying to make it happen up here at the front. Johnson to shove him clear. The other Smetana, Peter Smetana. They'll go to 3rd. Side by side behind them, Broadfoot, Shepard, Denda, and Barksdale, and the rest of them off turn 4.
Something we haven't watched a lot this week has been the formation of that outside lane up against the safer barrier. Get going. Now it really is coming to form, and drivers are friggin' making it work. Like Eberhardt, like Astronaut. Sturgill hung out to dry. He's got to get to the front bow of Denda's car on the outside lane. And meanwhile, from the top shelf, it is Eberhardt now battling for 3rd out of 2.
Eberhardt basically sitting there saying, looky here, hold my beer, watch what I can do. All the way up to the 2nd spot. But he's side by side with Johnson for that 2nd spot. Jacob Smetana still holding with the lead. Eberhardt trying to get Astronaut to give him the old shove. He'll get to the door of Smetana off turn 4.
Little wiggle there for a minute. As just bouncing out of line was Johnson's car. Bobbing, weaving alongside Astronaut. Now they lose ground on the inside. But now Daniel Eberhardt to the lead. From the middle lane to the bottom lane. Hugging the double yellow line. Car number 90 in the lead in 1 and 2.
Eberhardt from the bottom, or from the top to the bottom, jumps up there, makes it happen. Now Astronaut says, I want a piece of this. He's going to get the shove from right behind as well with Broadfoot. Broadfoot's going to shove him. Astronaut goes to the front, but just by inches over him. And now Broadfoot goes up top. Broadfoot may end up hanging himself out. Kyler Wynn, Sturgill behind him, but Astronaut leads him off turn 4. He'll drop down to the bottom.
It is an East Coast, West Coast battle for the top 3 from Atlanta, Georgia, and obviously Augusta. Astronaut and Broadfoot from California battling the Atlanta, Georgia driver Eberhardt in 2nd. They battle for the lead. The top 3 pull away from them into turn 1.
Astronaut from Masters Country trying to make it happen here in duel number 1, presented by Servpro. Up at the front, jumps from the bottom, jumps up to the top, may jump back down to the bottom in front of Eberhardt. Eberhardt trying to get the shove as well to slide up here and make it happen, but for the most part, Astronaut's going to keep it up on the top side. Eberhardt with the shove from Smetana down in the cellar where Grandpappy has the moonshot from Gritty. He'll go all the way to the front. Smetana shoves Eberhardt to the front off 4.
And that outside lane starting to now become silent as they work their way through the tri-oval, back out the start-finish. It's Eberhardt now. He'll get a clear by about a car length back over the rest of the pack from 4th on back. Meanwhile, Astronaut right on his back door. Now the field swallows him up in the draft as they work again. Side drafting. Here comes Kyler Wynn. He'll carry Sturgill with him. And the machine is Shepard on the outside in 2.
Yeah, Eberhardt couldn't figure out where he wanted to go. Bottom, top, figured out fine. Screw it, we'll just take the bottom. May end up costing him. Kyler Wynn all the way up on the top side, up 3 spots, and he's exactly where he wants to be. Last year's winner of the NASRA 500 King of Daytona, he's up at the front with Eberhardt behind him.
Kyler Wynn from Canada up to the number 1 position at around lap number 13. 13 in of 60. Remember, this race, 150 miles, 60 laps as they rumble back into the corner. We got caution. Yellow flag out over the racetrack. We got problems. The driver in the 38th position is around the 82, Justin Johnson. It looks like it's a single car spin. He pulls away Justin Johnson, the driver from Dallas, Texas, puts us under caution for the second time in the Serve Pro Duels in Daytona. Here's a pulse popper instant replay.
Yeah, they had a blinker right there in the middle. You see Johnson down there.
Whoa.
Whoa, wow, looked like he just
wow.
comes straight up, literally straight up the racetrack. Right
Malik
there in front
Ray.
of the one, that is Malik Ray. Just unfortunate for both of them right there, but Johnson looked like he saw a hole, tried to jump up. Malik Ray was there, ended up right rear hooking himself up into the wall. Watch him again. You got McClendon right there. You can't miss him. I mean, hell, he's got the Tennessee orange right there on the hood. He's the only one doing it. But Blinker right there in front of him as well. And watch Johnson. He sees it. He thinks he's clear. Ray gets a run, gets in the draft, and Johnson just comes straight up the track and hooks himself. Ray nowhere to go. Everybody drives down. McClendon gets a piece of it. And after that, Johnson just pretty much just spins it and tries to lock it down. And Justin Johnson bringing out the second caution here in dual race number 1.
Here's another look at it from on board with Greenville, South Carolina's Malik Ray. And I noticed Shepard popped in view and out of view again.
There.
Here's Jones right there, the Dallas, Texas driver, and the number 82, Justin Johnson, I'm sorry. And he gets turned, nowhere to go. And Malik Ray got lucky, Jacob. I got to wonder if there's how much damage, if any, on the number 1 car. Right now, the orange and 1 looks like he's okay. He can continue on.
Yeah, but I think he'll be good to go and just no problem, no harm, no foul. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, Wesley, this is more or less his mulligan. You see the contact right there with Denda jumping down all the way down on the apron, trying to miss it. Remember, folks, they can go below that double yellow line. If there's a wreck, they can go all the way down there to try to miss the wreck. And obviously, he's going to do a bit of just a little bit of landscaping right there in the grass right there through 1 and 2 to try to straighten it out. I mean, you can go wherever you want to go in that particular instance to try to miss wrecks. You just can't go down there to improve your position trying to race.
Drivers are coming down pit road. 15 laps of 60, 45 to go. We'll step away from Daytona as we're just about heading to the midway point of Serve Pro Duel number 1 to lock in the inside row for tomorrow night's King of Daytona NASRA 500.
We're getting through it.
My
My computer's handling it. My computer's handling all those cars. It's dropping frames big time, but what are you going to do?
Jinx your ass. Don't say nothing about it. Don't jinx yourself.
iRacing's just shit for that. It uses CPU, not GPU.
Bet you already crashed one damn time. Let's not make it happen again.
Oh, no, I don't think the computer's going to crash. It's just it drops frames because iRacing can't handle that many cars. It's iRacing itself. It's not my computer. My computer can handle fucking 10 times more than this.
Hey, Jacob, guess who says hi?
Yeah, Detweiler. Yeah.
Yeah, that friggin' guy. Oh, my God. Remember him last year?
He's all right. He's all right.
Yeah, he's back. Ain't heard from him all damn week, but he's back again. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. We're going to give him a holler, or I was going to give him a holler. It's his birthday or something Tuesday. He sent me a message on Facebook.
Holler. I ain't doing shit. I ain't. You give him a damn holler. I thought he got on our damn nerves last year.
All right, let's go live, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're back here at Daytona as we continue on with the NASRA 500 King of Daytona. This is the Serve Pro Duel number 1. Jacob Reeves, the redneck announcer. I'm Wesley Outland, of course. Bigglestein hopped in on production. Couple of cautions, Jacob, in the early going. But for the most part, it's been a pretty calm, cool, collected event, and we've saw numerous drivers leading in the opening 15 laps.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, we've saw a lot of lead changes, a lot of guys that swapped it out up in front, trying to, with some of these guys that's already locked into this thing tomorrow night, some drivers like Kyler Wim, Lee Cray, and others, Brandon Broadfoot being one of them, they're up there just flexing muscle. They're up there kind of showing what they've got and trying to flex a little muscle and show, hey, I'm up here, this is what you're probably going to see out of me come tomorrow night, for the King of Daytona for the NASRA 500. The rest of these guys, some of them that's not locked in, they might be pushing her luck just a little bit. I don't know if I'd be up there mixing it up with some of these old boys. I would try to find myself, like you were talking about, to try to find myself at least up there in that top 20, because, you know, according to what we were talking about and what we were understanding to be the top 14 out of them, and then you got the other 6 that's locked yourself in already. So, or actually it's more than that now because of the LCQs. So you want to try to find yourself in that top 20. If you can find yourself up there in that top 20, that's where you want to be. But if you're not locked into it, I wouldn't get too crazy trying to get up there at the front and try to mix it up. It gives you a good starting spot tomorrow night, but it gets you in a bad spot up there with a lot of these guys that really ain't got nothing to lose, and they can be aggressive.
Well, the field will get ready to come back for a restart. We'll try to re-rack them, restack them, and go again as Owen Scrage as far as on the front row, followed with Kyler Wynn. Obviously, there's Brandon Broadfoot. He has fell back outside the top 15 in the 16th spot. And we'll get ready to try this again. Serve Pro dual race number 1, 14 spots on top of the drivers that have won qualifying races, that have locked themselves in by doing so. And the inside lane will be determined from that order for tomorrow night. Remember, we go live around 6:45 Eastern, green flag at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific. As we go back to green now in the King of Daytona Surf Pro dual race number 1. We're about 1/3 of the way through the Sega car. Sega! Remember that back in the day? Sega, Scrage now into the lead over winning Everhart in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Owen Scrage up 36 spots from where he started here in dual race number 1. One of those drivers that is not locked in, and he might have heard my advice. He said, screw this, I'll drop to the bottom. He just wanted to get up there and show that he was up there, but now he's going to fall back in line. Kyler Wynn jumps up at the front. Astronaut, Everhart, Michael Sturgill Jr., Jacob Smith, 10 of the top 5 off turn number 4.
He didn't have fuel, I think. I don't know. Well, he hasn't gone down a fuel road.
Working their way down into the corner. Off of 4, cross the stripe, Kyler Wynn. Right back up in front again. The Pride from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. He won this race last year. Remember the controversial finish between himself and Malik Ray. And right now, Wynn up in front, throwing blocks on Astronaut. Astronaut diving, bonsaiing below the double yellow line. And here comes that second group, led for third, fourth, that pack, running them down door to door into 3.
Yeah, very, very aggressive moves up here at the front. Kyler Wynn tried to put the block, not able to make it happen. Jumps right up on the top side in front of Ventanas. We got another Serve Pro caution. A couple of them getting spun around off of turn number 4, bringing out the third one of the night.
Can't see who it is.
There is another caution. We'll find out what happened as we got guys, maybe McDonald, I'm not sure.
My software doesn't show me shit these days. So
the guy in 38th position's way off the pace. In turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
He already had it spin before.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who it is then.
I don't know.
Maybe Michael Barksdale. Not
Barksdale, I think,
we'll
yeah. Big red number 00. Let's see if we can find him. Michael Barksdale.
He was too far back.
Oh,
wow.
Damn.
And there it is.
I can't see who it was. Anybody know? We need somebody else in the session here because it can't just be me. It's not enough. This
multiple camera angles coming up to show you what happened.
I can't see who that car is. Abdullah.
Matthew Dula, I believe is what we're being told. The number 17 of Matthew Dula. Watch this and look what happened to the man from Columbus, Ohio. Watch this. I'm not sure what happened, Jacob.
Oh, yeah, I think he
there you go.
Tried to jump down. Tried to jump down, wasn't clear. Bam! Hard in the outside rotated wall. Literally back end, jumps up off of the track. Good Lord, Brian Chew, nowhere for him to go. And if we end up riding on board with Matt Dula right here, this is going to be one of those instances where I say hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your ex-wife if she's sitting beside of you. This is going to be a hard impact right here from Dula. He gets clear. Wasn't clear. Bam! And that's all she wrote for Dula Light.
I'll do it from the top.
Another look at it again. The 17, Ohio's Matthew Dula. Watch this.
So
As
he
he
doesn't
came
clear the 18, does he?
Is he up
No.
under Bruce? Yeah. He didn't clear the 18 car gray, and then Suss helped him for liftoff, and then the 51 and Brian Chu is on the binders to try to avoid getting as much damage from him as he can. Oh, boy. Caution out for those guys. Yep.
And Wesley, as hard as that impact was, and remember, these guys do not have a fast repair that they can use. So Matt Dula's out. Like, he is done. Like, I mean, as hard as he hit that wall right there, he is going to have significant damage. I would say required repairs. I guarantee you he's got optional repairs. As hard as he hit that thing, Matt Dula, that is a hard impact for Matt Dula. And he's not one of those drivers that is locked into the field. That is very unfortunate for Matt Dula.
And another caution out is Dula's car. There you see last pit stop information posted, seeing drivers that either took tires, fuel for the most part. It's been all fuel only as we are 20 laps into this race, 40 laps to go. And obviously that is the 100 miles that remain. Jacob, what's your take on what we've seen in the first 50 miles of this contest, sir?
I mean, very good racing, to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of guys mixing it up. A lot of guys kind of, like I was talking about, go ahead and just flex their muscles a little bit to what they got, kind of try to flex them out there and kind of show what they have. And some of these other guys trying to get themselves locked in. Sean Corbett, I know he's got some fans out there on the live chat pulling for him. Corbett up there in a pretty good spot from where he's sitting at up there in the 8th spot currently right now. That would eventually lock him in to tomorrow night. So real good racing right here, but it's only going to get more and more and more aggressive once we get closer to that lap 60.
Lights off on the pace car. We step away very quickly for a commercial as we are ready for a restart, and 1/3 of the way through in Surf Pro Duel 1 here at Daytona. There's still 100 miles remaining.
Sorry, I'm just in other
you working
screens
on
trying
something?
to fix stuff. Yeah, I'm always
Okay.
working on stuff. You have to work on stuff with this stuff because drivers change shit all the time. Always changing shit. And the only time I can do it's when they join the session. And when they join the session is always late. And well, I had a computer crash too, so that didn't help. JHNSTON. And I try to fix everything under cautions. It's the only time
If anybody can do it, sweetheart, it's you.
I don't know why these crashes don't come up in the software.
He
It really
called you
pisses me
sweetheart.
off. I
He called you
cannot get
sweetheart.
these fucking software to show the crashes up. And I told the software developers, like, well, it's fine for me. I'm like, you don't fucking broadcast, mate, every 5 seconds like I do.
Are you mad? Did we get, yep.
We
Well,
got beef.
So
Yeah, we
far,
got beef. Yep.
in the software, it's only said there's been one crash from Michael Barside. Did you have you guys seen any? Did that crash? Did you call that a crash before? The guy that hit the wall there hard, Matthew Dula? Was that a crash to you?
Hell yeah,
The
it was.
problem
Software
is
doesn't say
that
it's a crash.
SDK. The problem is
SDK.
SDK is not updating it like it should, like it used to.
I know,
Like,
and I've told the
it's
guy about it. He said there's nothing wrong with it. I'm like,
Bullshit.
bullshit, mate. Yeah. We should get him. How about you guys get him into a fucking
Yeah,
VC and we'll show him that. We'll say it's bullshit. Let's go live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
perfect. Back in time as the pace car drops onto the pit lane. Back underway. Green flag. In Surf Pro, dual race number 1. Remember, the final preliminary, duel 2, coming up next. Astronaut over Sturgill. Win, Eberhardt, the top 4, start to pull away from the leaders as they work in turn 2, Jacob Reeves.
Astronaut up at the front. He's got Sturgill, Wynn, and Eberhardt and Pitto right behind him. Or Pitto, rather. That's the top 5. Pitto up 31 spots as he goes up to the 4th spot. Astronaut leads them. Sturgill and Wynn. Eberhardt, there's Pitto. All of them working their way through turn 3 and 4 coming around this time for lap 24 and 60 here in dual race number 1.
They work their way again down off the corner out of turn number 4. It is right now Asronoff, Trevor Asronoff on the inside. Wynn trying to get something started up on the outside lane. Nothing there yet. With the help of other cars, Smetana and Johnson now on the bottom as they work their way to the inside of the leader in turn number 1 and 2.
Ezra North up here with Sturgill and Smetana. They are clear, all clear. You flip-flop back. It is double wide. There's a third lane rolling. Kyler Wynn and Peyton Johnson side by side for that fourth spot. Really getting antsy back there with Patton trying to get up there. Pinto trying to jump up there as well. That third lane trying to make something happen, but everybody jumps up there, jumps back out of it as Ezra North and Sturgill still lead off turn 4.
Sturgill tries to poke out of line. Makes the move on the inside. He'll try to make one after Asranoff. He's got a punt there from Smetana and Wynn to help the 89 up the hill. There comes now another car. Way, way up high. Johnson now up. Well, we got a car up on the third lane trying to get something going. I think he got blocked. As now here they come again to the back straightaway. Top 5 now, single file.
Yeah, top 5 single file, and I'll make it top 6, and I'll make it end up being top 7. Good God almighty, Wyatt Gray, hold my beer and watch this shot up the top side. It made it happen, and Jacob Smetana, he's going to get hung out to dry. Asronaut, Wynn, Eberhard, everybody going around Smetana off turn 4.
And you mentioned the 18 car of Wyatt Gray. Also, Malik Gray is up there as well. We've not heard anything in his hide since Sunday night when he won the opening. Wynn, Astronaut turns into the pack. Malik Gray's involved. Smetana's involved. Johnson drives below the double yellow line. Another cars mirror as well. Caution out. Trouble in turn number 2.
Good Lord have mercy. I believe that was the big one right there. Wesley Allen for the fourth caution here. Dual race number 1. It happened when Kyler Wynn dove to the inside, and Trevor Asronoff in the 89 tried to put the block, and he came up short on it, and after that it was a free-for-all.
The big one thus far has just took place in turn number 1 and 2. Watch this replay. It happened up with the front runners. And Jacob, I got to say this, man, it is too damn early to be doing this side drafting to one another. It's just, I mean, you just cannot be doing this right now. We're not even halfway in this race.
No, I mean, it is not. I mean, it's way too early to be doing all the side drafting and the blocking and everything else. Asronoff, he saw it. He waited too late. Game over. You see Smetana right there, Peter Smetana, that is, in the 32 gets involved. Others getting involved. Sturgill Jr. involved. I mean, literally half the field eaten alive over in 1 and 2 here at Daytona on the 31 degrees of bacon. Watch it again. Asronauts right here in front of Wynn. Wynn's going to make a last-ditch effort going to turn 1. And I think it honestly threw him off. Asronaut wasn't expecting it, and he tried to jump down, put the block. We've seen him make the blocks time and time again. This one just didn't go his way, and it was game over. Wynn tags him in the left rear, and it is a straight-up bar fight free-for-all. Malik Ray and others getting involved and stacking them up, wadding them up over in turn 1 and 2.
Smetana, Sturgill, I mean, obviously Shepard, nowhere to go for them. Cars drop into the inside of the outside. We go on board now. This is on board with Jakub Smetana from Prague Republic. Watch this and take a listen. Well, he went into slow-mo, so it took the sound away. But anyhow, you saw the impact there. I'll tell you the other one that should tell a tale. Let's go on board with Jacob Asronoff or Kyler Wynn, the 82 Dean in production truck, the 82 of Kyler Wynn. Watch this, and
I'm trying to find where he is on the steering tower right now. Oh yeah, okay, I see him.
Watch this again. You're on board with Kyler Wynn. This should tell a tale here, Jacob. Watch this.
Yeah, watch the move he makes right
all
here.
On the back door of the Jack Shack.
Oh, he saves it.
And he got lucky, and he got lucky and was able to keep on going, right? I mean, I don't know. I know he's our defending race winner. To me, Jacob, that's just a little too early to be driving like that. I mean, I'm sorry. And especially trying to bump draft somebody in the middle of the corner.
Yeah,
That's a no-no. That's a no-no.
I mean, very, very aggressive driving right here at the halfway point here in dual race number 1. I mean, he took a shot. Yeah, he bump drafted him going into the corner and then tried to fake him out and tried to dive down to the inside to make the pass. And then game over at that point. I mean, bad deal for Asronoff, for Trevor Asronoff. Is obviously he's going to be in the pits for a good while going down as we're actually going down, checking out all the pit boards and everything else. We're actually looking and just checking them all out. Pretty cool pit boards, all real cool pit boards. To be honest with you, Dean, you know where I'm going with that. Anyway, but I mean, unfortunate right here at the halfway point. But Wesley, it was bound to happen. As aggressive as the pushes was, as aggressive as the moves was, as aggressive as the blocks was. We was going to have a big wreck. We just didn't know when it was going to happen, and damned if it didn't right here at the halfway point.
71 watching, too.
Closing in on 75 miles completed of this race. Thanks for all of y'all that are in the masses that are watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and the bell so you can be able to keep up with all of our coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. As we step away real quickly, we'll re-rack them, restack them. They're going to get the one to go at the line. We thank a sponsor or two. We're back for the restart and the second half of the Surf Pro Duels in Daytona next.
Hey, what's race notes?
Boom, chicka, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah. Jacob just pasted the link. What pit board are you talking about? Oh, we know what pit board you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to come right out and say it. I mean, shit.
The titties! The titties! Pit board! The tit board.
Titties!
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's
It's
the
not the pit board, it's the tit board.
Pit board, not the pit board. Is that what you said?
It's the tit
Christ.
board.
Woohoo, titties!
You're a horrible person. Nancy bitch. Is it?
Your wife's going to be going, what the fuck is Jacob talking about in there? It's supposed to be calling a race, not talking about titties.
Oh, she's asleep. She's going to come in here. What the fuck are you talking about? No, I'm sorry. We're having fun.
Hey, baby, don't worry. Your rack looks better than hers.
All right, let's go last, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Daytona. Oh, Jacob Reeves, Wesley Outlet here with you. Our combos with our producer off air. You people just, you got to listen to it. Behind the mic. That's all I got to say. You people.
Who's you people?
You people. Yeah,
Who are
the
you
audience.
people?
Our audience. Our audience. Not mean that in a bad way. Not you people in a bad way. You awesome iRacing virtual followers. All right. There's drivers that are making repairs, taking time off the clock. And Jacob Reeves, we're coming to the line. 31 laps to go, 1 lap to halfway, and we're back to it again in Surf Pro Duel 1 here in Daytona.
Oh, baby, here we go. We'll see how this ends up working out as we got some new faces up at the front after that big one that happened just a couple of laps ago. Right here in turn 1 and 2. Wyatt Gray, David Giusti up here at the front. Peyton Johnson, Peter Smetana smack dab up here in the mix as well with Nathan Harper. New faces in new places up here at the front. Wyatt Gray, huge shot from Johnson down on the bottom side. Giusti up on the top side, tried to get the shot from Harper and Smetana, but Gray is clear. Johnson is clear. Harper tried to get clear. Front 2 single file, rest of them double file.
And keep an eye also on George Jewell. He has climbed into the top 10 as well in car number 36. Right now, all this happens as we're halfway home. 30 down, 30 to go. 75 miles completed, 75 miles remain in Surf Pro Duel number 1. And Smetana's got a big bump on just these cars. They work in turn 2. And while that goes on, how about them Cowboys? They suck in football, but the car Harper is battling Gray for the lead in turn number 2.
Well, damn, just tell us how you really feel with
Isn't that the best
Harper up
quarterback
here
in all of
trying to
football?
make it happen. No, they do
Whoa.
not. No, they do not have the best quarterback as we're looking
They
3
did.
wide back there in the back. Look like that is Kyler
did.
Witt. Yes, juicy it is, trying to get back up here at the front, as aggressive as he
Wow.
is, goes around juicy.
Engaged
He
turbo.
might end up getting the extra juice in that damn thing. Got the turbo kicking. Malik Gray behind him to help. Kyler Wynn trying to get back up here at the front with Gray still leading.
Ready for the second half of this one to roll down to the inside. It is
Who's in the
Gray
middle?
now in the lead. Remember, Gray at one time earlier this week was front nose into the wall. The following night, he was there, or the following
stuck in the
race, he
middle
was
of you.
able to win the
Whoa.
qualifier. Max Penda
Whoa.
bouncing side draft off South Carolina's
God.
Malik Gray. His
Oh,
foot,
they reckon-
he got contact. Couple yards from the
Whoa.
fence, and a total Cowboys suck. Harper's at the wall. Harper, other cars crashing.
And win.
McClendon, I feel the same about the Volunteers of Tennessee. Kyler Wynn, the Daytona winner last year's crashed out. Other cars wrecking. Caution
Amen.
out just
Let me
after
see.
halfway.
Amen.
Looks like Barksdale is caught up in it. Wow.
Wow.
Caution is out.
Two big uns back to back right here, Wesley Outland. All of it happened up there at the front.
Buck's
Kyler
almost
Wynn
I need to
up
go to the
there.
front. Kyler Wynn.
You see it up here at the front. There is Kyler Wynn. And obviously with Harper in the 4, watch Harper, watch Ray. Ray jumps down. Wynn tries to come down, tries to get down. He can't do it. Ray tags Harper so damn hard. And Wynn is trying to side draft him and door bang him so much, he ends up clipping the right rear Harper, sends him up the track. Everybody dives down to the inside to try to miss Wynn and Harper. And the bad part about it, they got other cars down to their inside. They look like they went through there at 4 wide at one point. And there's not a whole lot of real estate here at Daytona. It's not as wide as Talladega is on these 31 degrees of bacon. So everybody dives down to the inside, tries to miss it. And unfortunately, they end up hitting other cars. There's not enough real estate. And then everybody else ends up going around. Watch it again. Ray up the middle. Wynn door bangs. He gets down too damn close. He gets into Harper. Right rear hooks him. And chaos ensues afterwards.
A couple of bonsai moves, as we mentioned, whenever we were showing you on board with those cars. And then obviously there is the short end of what happened. Harper's car into the fence. Kyler Wynn T-bones him into turn number 3. A number of other cars getting collected. And like you said, second big one. We had one in the middle of the turn and 1 and 2, and now heading to turn 3, another massive crash. Smetana, Petor Smetana caught up in it. Here's another look at it again. You're on board now with Petor Smetana from Czechoslovakia. Watch this.
So quick. You got nothing to do you?
Wow.
Boom.
I mean, he
So
thinks
damn
he's
quick.
okay, Jacob. You know, he thinks he's okay. He's like, okay, I'm on the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah.
Nothing's in my way. I'm going to be all right. And then all of a sudden, bam. And we've always said this, right? Reality or virtual about super
George
speedway
Gill, too,
racing, Jacob
unfortunately.
Reeves. It doesn't matter if you're the guy that started the accident. 9 times out of 10, the calamity happens from the guys trying to avoid it
Oh, does
or
George
thinking
save it?
they're okay, and then they get hit. Look at George Jewell on board with a 36
think he's
Carhartt
okay.
color. I think
he's
he's all
okay.
right as he drops to the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to be able to make
Gotta
it
keep
through there, but just
chest are okay out there.
unfortunately, I mean, just so much chaos just going on. That's the thing. That's what I've always said, Wes Allen. When they have these big wrecks and you're racing at Daytona or Talladega or even the new Atlanta for that matter, that has always been my play, just to be down on the bottom side, get on that apron because you have that opportunity. If all hell ends up breaking loose, you got all that real estate. You can landscape in the grass. You can keep it down below on the apron. You have all that real estate. If you are up on the top side and they wreck and they shoot up there, you're screwed. You got to lock it down and hope like hell somebody doesn't run you over.
Another look at it again. Watch Malik Ray right up the middle, the Tent Solutions entry, right there, the orange and white number 1. And then that's just side draft. That's side air. You're bouncing off of one another. And there you see the end result. Heart breaks for Harper and the Cowboys, right? I mean, But there goes the car. And then everyone else caught up in it.
double
Michael
wreck.
Barksdale
Yeah.
caught up in it, the big red there car. And there you see it. Kyler Wynn. Second time now, Jacob Reeves. Kyler Wynn has come close to being involved. Well, actually, correction. He's been involved in accidents. I just think he's been able to get away unscathed with a lot of serious damage on those cars. Cars are exiting off the pit lane. Cars behind the pace car, led by Johnson and Gray, are getting the one to go indication. Wow, look at this. Look at the damage clock there, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, Dean was talking about it the other night. Dean, I can't remember what you ended up calling it with the initials on it. It's the R something L or whatever. Yeah. Well, yeah. He called it something else. We'll call it the damn junkyard list. We'll call it the JL. That's basically what this is right now. This is literally the junkyard list. Everybody down there, scrapyard something. I can't remember what the hell he called it the other night when there was just so many of them lined up down through there. But that is these guys trying to get some damage repaired. Joshua Suss, Brian Chew, some of these guys, they need to have better nights. Obviously, Malik Ray, he's had some issues having to get some repairs done, but he's up there in the third spot. He's able to fight back through all of it. Some of these other guys, they need to have good nights to try to transfer in to race tomorrow night in the King of Daytona NASRA 500. And just so many wrecks. They've just been in bad situations where it may end up costing them.
Wyatt Gray from Columbus, Ohio. Another Columbus driver. Matthew Dula had problems earlier. Wyatt Gray in the 18 leading over Johnson, Peyton Johnson from Abingdon, Virginia. So you've got Ohio, Virginia, South Carolina with Malik Ray. Flanagan from Texas, representing the Lone Star State. And the 48 of Denda from Colorado. So they're all over the country here. The best of the best battling across the world, for that matter, as we wrap up our 5th Serve Pro caution. Serve Pro dual race 1 back inside United Rentals restart zone. They're in the gearbox. We're back to green. Gray on the inside. 25 laps to go as they rock, roll, and rumble into the 31 degrees of banking up into turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, Wyatt Gray down on the bottom side. He's got Malik Ray behind him with Max Denda, with Peyton Johnson. David Juicy trying to make it happen. David Flanagan, haven't talked a whole lot about him tonight. And also TB, Tristan Bruce up here in a pretty good spot as well. But Wyatt Gray leading them coming down the back chute. Peyton Johnson trying to get that outside lane rocking and rolling. And he's got to watch himself because some of these boys up there at the front may want to try to jump up in front of him, trying to make it happen. Juicy thinking about it. Gray leads.
Here they come. Through 3 and 4, down to the tri-oval, cross the stripe. Keep an eye on Denda's car. He's going to get a big bump on Gray. Max Denda right there. And now Malik Ray with a big burst of momentum from Justy's car. Justy in the 24. Jeff Gordon throwback car working his way down the back straightaway with Gray in the lead as they close in off 2.
Yeah, Gray throwing a little bit of a block, jumping up top. Denda thinking about going low. He'll jump down. He'll block the inside lane. Peyton Johnson will go to the 3rd spot. Right behind him, Malik Ray trying to make it happen. You got Brian Pinto still up 30 spots in a prime position to lock himself into tomorrow night. Malik Ray will jump up. He'll try to lead the outside lane now.
Rumbling across the stripe. It is again Wyatt Gray down to the inside. Here comes Denda right there in tow with Johnson. Malik Ray now from 4th. Started this race on the pole. He's got now another car, Brian Pinto's Toyota, right there behind him. All this goes on as they go to the back straightaway, and Tristan Bruce in the 23 pops out of line. He's going to throw a block, though, on David Flanagan on the high side.
Oh, baby, and there could have been a hell of a wreck right there with Malik Ray and Peyton Johnson up there in the 3rd spot. They make contact. They door banged a little bit right in front of Brian Pinto. Gray, now he'll jump up. He'll block the advance. Ray makes a shot. Gray trying to put the block on him. Hit the like and subscribe if you love it. You're ready for the NASRA 500 King of Daytona tomorrow night. We got one up into the wall.
Uh-oh, he did. Caution out. Oh, man. And it is Flanagan. Flanagan and McDonald get together. Caution is out for the 6th time. There was so close. I looked at the contact. Max Denda, I believe it is, or the other car actually
There.
Second blue car in line. I want to say it was the 24 of Justy's car. Justy and Flanagan get together. Watch it again on the replay. It happened so quick. And then McDonald, nowhere to go. Barksdale, nowhere to go. Brian Chew, nowhere to go. Watch the 31 and the 24. This is where the contact happened.
Yeah, you see Flanagan up on the top side.
Oh!
Yeah, I think he might have got into, I believe, that might have been Sturgill or Corbett, one of them up there at the front. He got tagged, got set around a little bit sideways, and then just lost it. Came down into Justy, and then just game over. He loses it, comes up, hits the outside rotated wall, and Larry McDonald, I'm telling you, I bet you he is tickled to damn death that he is locked into this bad boy, because he has had some seriously bad luck here tonight. You see him go up the hill. Woo! Sturgill barely missed him. Everybody slides by, and then McDonald nowhere to go. You see Barksdale, Shepard, Chew, all of them sliding down to the bottom. And unfortunate for David Flanagan, who is having a fantastic run.
Let's ride on board with McDonald. Ask you shall receive. Watch this. This should be interesting.
It's just going, I'm having a farm. E-I-E-O-E-O. No.
Spin that damn Jack Shack.
Who's the 00? That's Michael as well.
That's McDonald, and then there's Michael Barksdale. Let's watch the Big Red Machine Chevrolet. Watch him. By the way, for somebody that was asking about West Virginia drivers, Dana Ryan in the Valvoline #1 with a throwback to Brandon Shepard of the World of Outlaws cars from West Virginia, Vienna, as Michael Barksdale spinning. And around goes the 00.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate out of that. You saw Flanagan go up, and then, like I said, we were riding on board with obviously Larry McDonald, and I guarantee you what he ended up saying, and he was saying, E-I-E-I-E-O. You know what, pretty much. That's exactly what happened when he saw him. He had nowhere to go. Yeah. Unfortunate. Do it?
First you say it, then you do it?
Yeah. E-I-E-I. Oh, hell, look at this. Bam, there it is.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you for censor.
It doesn't come out in the air, but or does it?
These doesn't come out. I'll get it.
Unless my mic is unmuted, it does.
It does. There you go. Censor. There you go. Oh, boy. Under caution again. 6 yellow flag as we approach the final 50 miles of Duel 1.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
It has been a caution field Surf Pro Duel #1 at the Virtual World Center of Racing in Daytona. Welcome back to coverage on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, Redneck Announcer Radio, and the CRN Community Radio Network of the second annual NASRA 500 King of Daytona. Tomorrow night, the big race, live at 7 Eastern, 6 Central on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We're actually probably going to go live about 6:45 with our pre-race show to set the stage for the big race at 7 o'clock, dropping the green. I'm Wesley Outland, the Redneck Announcer. Jacob Reeves alongside Bigglestein Hopton on production. There's a look at the top 10. If you're watching, it is, if you're listening, Gray, Ray, Denda, Pino, Johnson, top 5, Richardson, Justy, Bryce, or Tristan Bruce, Scrage, and Wynn as they top 10 right now. As we get the 1 to go around the racetrack, Jacob Reeves, we are ready to settle the final 50 miles of this race here in Duel #1.
Yeah, and this is what it's going to get very, very interesting out of all this. You see the pace lights is out on the pace car, so this is going to be literally everybody holding their breath. And will this be the last caution of the Duel race #1? No. I'm going to go ahead and say no. No, there's going to be, I would say, about another 2 or 3 cautions just because of the aggressiveness and just everybody trying to get into that spot and not knowing, especially right around that 20th spot, give or take, not knowing who's all on that leaderboard, who is already locked in, because I'm sure there's been a lot of them that has done some research throughout the day. Okay, these guys are in, these guys ain't. But you can only see so far on the damn leaderboard unless you got somebody watching the whole thing spotting for you. So there's a lot of guys right there about that mid-pack area that is going to be the ones that's going to be aggressive. There's going to be ones that are aggressive at the front trying to help them improve their position. This is going to get good right here, Westside. This is what you would call the meat and potatoes. You had your appetizer earlier. This is the meat and potatoes of the race all the way at the end of it, and it's going to go by in a hurry.
And I agree with you. And remember also, there's still that second, duel coming up. And, we also have an overtime that hangs in the balance. There is an attempt at a green-white checker. It can be used if needed. So that's also something that will definitely be considered here. Ready for the field to come back to green as they work their way through turn number 4. Wyatt Gray leads them on the inside. Malik Gray, who was the first winner Sunday night. My goodness, how time flies by. Happy New Year, the King of Daytona, settling the rest of the lineup for tomorrow night's NASRA 500. Back to green. Gray over Ray. He'll pull away. Big burst of momentum by Gray. But that's going to be a big mistake, Jacob, because the field's about to swallow him up and chew him up and spit him out as they'll reel him in turn number 1 and 2 when the draft happens.
Yeah, and I was waiting for Malik Ray to just jump to the top and just carry on, but obviously Denda doesn't go with him, so he'll fall right on the inside lane, keep it right down on the double yellow line. And everybody, Brian Penow up on the top side trying to get this top lane rolling. He's got a little bit of help back there, but not a whole lot of help to try to make it happen. Front 4, single file. Make that front 5 now single file as Justy now jumps up there as well with Wyatt Gray leading off of turn number 4.
Started this race with 40 drivers, and now we are down to settling who will be the 14 besides the winners of qualifying nights to lock in for the NASRA 500. 17 to go now. The leader in car 18, Wyatt Gray, leads them down to the inside in 1 and 2.
Wyatt Gray down on the inside, front 5 still single file. Pennell and Scrage, they'll go door to door for that 6th spot. Now here comes, I believe that is Pennell. Yes, Pennell up on the top side. Scrage down on the bottom. Pennell getting all he can handle from Robert Richardson back there trying to give him the shove. All he can handle. Top lane trying to get going. And I'm telling you, Pennell's just holding on for dear life as now the front 4 single file.
Top 4 on the inside, hugging that double yellow line, which is allowed right there. There's Justy now to try to make himself power up for the number 5 spot. Owen Scrage now up in the inside lane with those cars. So things kind of settle down a little bit, or will it? Pino leads that second lane in the middle as they work that black 15 out of turn 2.
And I'm waiting on the 3rd lane to start, and it's damned if I don't say it. I believe it just kicked off back there. I think Michael Sturgill was trying to get the 3rd lane going back there, but to no avail. Nobody jumps up there and makes it happen. But that 3rd lane is going to come into play before this thing is all said and done. Gray slides up. Watch it back door. Malik Gray, very aggressive. Will try to take that advantage, but up front, Gray still holds it down as the front 5 now back single file.
Break up for your volume, turn up your bass and treble. It's time to fuel the roar in Daytona with 15 to go.
Oh, damn it. It's supposed to grab button. Get rid of that one.
.14 laps remaining as Wyatt Gray leads the virtual thundering herd through turns number 1 and 2. Malik Ray right there in second. We know the pride out of Greenville, South Carolina, how good of a driver he is with his credentials of the eNASCAR level. Max Denda, probably Jacob Reeves with the best race of the week for the Dude Wipes. Number 48, and how about Denver, North Carolina's Tristan Bruce up there in the battle out of 4.
Good God almighty, where did Tristan Bruce come from? Out of absolutely nowhere. I did not even see him up there in the top 10 at one point. It just out of nowhere shoots it up here, makes it happen. Jumps down to the bottom, right in behind Malik Ray. Here comes Astronaut. Trevor Astronaut, who got hooked around by Kyler Wynn earlier on. He's back up here in the mix, running in the second spot. Dylan Jones behind him to help, and Malik Ray leading him off turn 2.
Also, Kyler Wynn is back. All these cars. Scrage going below the double yellow line. Does not advance his position. Got pushed out of line. Shuffled. Back to the inside. No harm, no foul. Here come the leaders just taking it. Off of turn 4. Blake Ray, you're on the back door of him. Here comes Astronaut. Here comes the Georgia boy. Georgia, South Carolina going at it with 12 to go as they come across the stripe.
Little SEC battle up here at the front with Astronaut and Ray, and then right behind him, Dylan Jones, and an ACC guy with Tristan Bruce right behind him from North Carolina, North Kakalaki, trying to make it happen on the inside lane, hooking up with Malik Ray down on the bottom side. Wyatt Gray back there with him to help. It's too wide throughout the field, waiting for the third line to kick off with 12 laps to go, coming to 11 to go as they hit the turn 3.
Guys look like they're in full song towed behind the pace car. Door to door, door to door, door to door, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Now a shuffle begins. Wyatt Gray gets a little bump there from Denda. He'll go to the middle lane. We'll start the third lane thanks to Pino. Pino gets hung out to dry. Nobody's going with him. Sturgill stays to the inside. Lockwood Astronaut, the new leader in turn 1.
Good God almighty, some of the moves that we're seeing here in dual race number 1 presented by ServPro. Astronaut to the front, Jones behind him, Kyler Wynn there to help. Sturgill trying to make it happen. Everybody rustling for real estate as here comes Brian Pino up on the top side. Michael Sturgill Jr. right behind him to help. Damn, Astronaut through the block on him, through the block on Pino. Jones down to the inside with Kyler Wynn and Sturgill to help. They're side by side on 4.
Pushing now the 09 coming to the lead. That is the driver of Dylan Jones as they almost got really antsy coming through the stripe. 10 laps to go. Jones leads them now. He's by himself behind them. They are due 2 by 2. Nobody going. 2-stepping up the bank and in Daytona out at the second corner.
And a good number of these old boys up here in this pack basically racing for their lives and just hoping to survive. Remember, if they get caught up in a hell of a wreck in the next 10 laps, it could mean that they will not be racing tomorrow night for the King of Daytona NASRA 500. So they got to be careful with their moves. Pino takes a shot. Pino takes a shot. Astronaut on the top side. They're still going after Dylan Jones in turn 4.
Comes Astronaut on the outside lane. Remember the qualifying race winners of Sunday to Thursday. 15 of them locked in right now. It is on like Donkey Kong here in Daytona. Here comes Daniel Everhart looking up the bottom. Kyler Wynn drifts up in front of Max Denda on the outside lane. Throws the block on him. Tristan Bruce right behind the black car to the outside out of 2. And now Astronaut jumps up to the middle lane. He'll throw the block on Pino's car.
Astronaut is basically a blocking machine, but not able to block Daniel Everhart the third. Down to the inside. Hunter Hastings, first time we've talked about him all night long. He's going for the lead off of turn number 4 with help from Dylan Jones. Big move right there for Hastings, trying to make it happen. Everhart puts the block on Astronaut at the line, 8 to go.
It just feels like since that last restart, the C4 is lit. The bomb is about to go off. It's about to implode from within. One wrong slip, one wrong error, and there we go. We got a car sideways. Trouble in 1 and 2, but it's in the back. They do not throw caution. We stay green as the leader is on the back stretch, and now they put a caution out.
Are they manually caution? It's George Jewell, I think. Who is it? I can't see.
He was crashed on the back straightaway in turn 2.
It's not Broadfoot, is it? I don't know who it is. Myself, it doesn't.
Wow. Think maybe Dana Ryan or Nathan Brown might have got involved in that one, Wesley Outland, back there in the back.
West Virginia's Dana Ryan in the one car from Vienna, West Virginia. We'll find out this, and I'll say this much: I think it should have been a green. I think we should have stayed green. I mean, I know they're going to call, but they got to call for race control. But in my opinion, and there you see these other cars. That George Jewell is around there. So is Suss.
There.
Watch this again. There it is. There's the replay, and that's what happened.
It's Robert Richardson.
The 05, Robert Richardson, George Jewell, Joshua Suss, all involved in this accident, and that is why we're under the caution. But again, let me say, though, Jacob, that accident was way in the back, behind the back of the leaders. In my opinion, they should have kept that green. I think that wreck would have been cleared up by the time they got out of there. I really do.
Yeah, I think so, too. As you see, Richardson goes around and literally with bang on his car, he went bang right off the front end of George Jewell right there in the car, 36.
Notice they all keep going again. Notice they're all keeping going again. And notice that the green lights are still on. So here it is again. Watch it one more time. George Jewell into the Bang Energy 05 of Richardson's car.
He gave him some bang.
That's Robert Richardson from Clemens, North Carolina. Joshua Suss from Kansas, nowhere to go for him. And then they all roll away. And then they throw the caution.
That should not have been a caution. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of y'all on that one.
Maybe the race director feels we need to throw a caution to calm things down. Because I'm like you, Jacob, I had a feeling that the bomb was about to go off anyway up in the front of the pack. I mean, and all you're going to do now is tick, 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 tock the laps away. Click, clock, tick, tock, countdown. And now you're going to see a 3-lap shootout, if that. We've got, 6 laps to go. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, well, Wesley, I agree with you 100%. And you know, I agree with all of that. And I knew that the bomb was fixing to go off. And for real quick, we'll translate it in redneck terms, basically what was fixing to happen. If you've ever been to a bar and you're there at 1 o'clock in the morning and somebody's talking about your wife, you stayed too damn long, odds are it's fixing to be a hell of a bar fight. That is what was fixing to happen right here in dual race number 1. Everybody was literally fixing to have a free-for-all, and it was fixing to be a slobber knocker. That's exactly what it was.
Which in Jacob's world basically means?
Well, yeah, I mean, really, that would end up happening if you end up talking about somebody's wife and you got the bar fight.
Yeah, we got beef.
That would happen. Yes. And somebody would have beef because they'd be knocked out of this damn thing for tomorrow night. Seriously, they would be.
Somebody's going to be needing some beef to put on a black eye. Remember back in the day, if you got in a fight, they gave you a bag of frozen vegetables or a slab of meat. Here, son, put this on your eye. It'll clear it right up, We're going to go to break it. Hey, and then they cook it later. Talk about
Always
sanitary from back in the day. We got meat, we got beef, and we got a shootout coming up in Duel 1 in Daytona, presented by Surf Pro. We're back in a moment. I literally just slapped my right eye, pretending that I put beef on my eye. I just.
Good God. The hell did you say? Dang, what'd you say?
I called him a wombat.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Wombat.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
So note to self, last call at a bar, don't talk about Jacob's wife. Right.
Anybody's wife, for that matter. Which, why the hell are you bringing your wife to a bar to start with? I mean, that's when you end up having situations like this right here. Where is it at? I mean, you'd have instances like this.
The kid's an idiot.
I mean, you run into that issue. You're an idiot if you bring your wife to a bar at 1 o'clock in the morning.
You gotta have it. I'm gonna beat his ass. I
got it. I don't know if we'll be live by then, but yeah, I mean, I'm
gonna bust his ass.
There you go. I mean, you run into that too, so I can't play that live.
Let's go live, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My eyes are watering, everybody. We're back, and we're ready to settle this one here.
You can cry if you want to.
Back here
Leslie's crying.
at Daytona, I am, man. First off, I hit myself in the eye acting like I was, pantomiming and putting a piece of steak on my right eye. So my eye is like, a little watered. And then this guy's got me in stitches over here talking about, soundboard effects. I'm going to bust his ass.
Yeah.
Anybody remembers that? That's for Tony. Yeah, just go ahead and play it, Jacob. It's not bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you get yourself in a situation, like I said, but it's like I was saying under commercial, though. If you're gonna bring your wife to a bar at 1:00 in the morning,
The kid's an idiot.
then you run into that, and then you end up getting into a situation of
Bust his ass.
I mean, there you go. I mean, that's what you have. That's what happens when the bar fight kicks off, just for some of
Hey,
y'all.
and poor little old Wesley. All he can do is just do this. I don't have a soundboard like he has. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to settle it here in Daytona. There is wrapping up our 7th Surf Pro Caution. There are 4 laps to go. Ready to settle it. 14 drivers coming in to tonight's duel beside the qualifying race winners. Going on to the big show tomorrow night. We're back to green. There is 10 miles left as Daniel Everhart in the camouflage car gets a big launch over Pino and Bruce and Ray on the outside, but here comes now Astronaut. And how about Hastings? Where did he come from? In the 44 car. He's got a shot here.
Oh, baby, and
Right in the
Tristan
middle.
Bruce is all by himself up on the top side. Nobody, N-O-N-E, going with him. He is in a bad
No NASRA people
situation.
there. No
God
NASRA
help him
people.
at this point. Up front, Everhart trying to lead it with Astronaut down on the inside. Whoa, very close move down to Astronaut. Pinot tried to go there, couldn't make it happen. Astronaut was down there as they're door to door now. Pinot leads.
3 to go. By the way, drivers like Ray and Wynn have won preliminary nights, but it just shows you how
they're
good
wrecking.
Ross. We got a crash in turn 1 and 2. Dana Ryan is one of them in the 1 car, and others crashing. Yellow is out. We will force overtime.
Who else was it?
Multiple cars
3.
involved. The red, white, and blue
I think
car.
Owen.
Owen Scrage
Owen,
and other.
Definitely in it. He's dinged up at the front. He can't make it back to pit road.
Here's a replay coming up, Jacob Reeves, of why we go to overtime, or not at least overtime. One attempt at a green-white checker. Watch this again.
Oh, it's up the road.
By the way,
Brian
my
Hughes.
apologies.
51.
It was not Dana Ryan. It was the other car of Brian Chew. Brian Chew from Fort Myers, Florida, and Jacob Reeves, the guy you call the Holodaddy. I call him Mr. Restrictor Plate. He has just plumb sucked here in Daytona tonight. Unbelievable.
Damn. All right, tell us how you really feel. I mean, but you see Scrage, or excuse me, that would be
There,
Robert
contact.
Richardson up on the top side. Yeah, I mean, they just make contact. Richardson might have come down, Chew might have come up. That was just so damn quick that it happened. And unfortunately, Brian Chew just nowhere to go. We call him the Holodaddy. A bunch of them in the NASRA community call him the Holodaddy. He's hollering right now, and it's not in a good way. He is saying a lot of stuff
No,
that obviously we
bad
can't
night.
say live on the air. I mean, I'm sure he is saying some, stuff like that. I'm sure he's not too happy.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm so big.
Yeah, he is so. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're finally catching up to what I was trying to do.
I had to type
Oh,
it back
boy.
in.
Yeah.
Here's a look at
I
it
couldn't understand
again.
Where it was.
Owen Scrage. Sega. Remember Sega? Jacob, did you have Sega back in the day when you were little?
Yeah, because he would have had.
I had
Sega
Super
back then.
Nintendo.
Sega's
I
been
had
around
Mario
since
Kart.
the 80s.
Mario Kart and Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
Pitfall, and all that kind of stuff. That's what I ended
And
up growing up on.
Dean, he did not have Sega. He didn't have Sega.
A Sega Dreamcast?
Sega's-
Nah, hell no.
No,
No,
no
but
damn
Sega
Sega
Mega
Dreamcast.
Drive.
I'm talking about the original Sega
Drive.
game, man. Yeah.
Mega Drive was the original Sega.
I think
Oh,
it
and the
did.
arcade Sega. Sega was in the arcade. I played arcade
Oh,
Sega games.
God. Mortal
Before there was
Kombat
computers.
and so many other cool games they had back in the day on Sega.
A
Yeah.
Sega what now?
Sega.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Sega, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, I know that, but what the system was is what I'm talking about.
Oh, Mega Drive was the first one. Sega Mega Drive.
It's Sega Mega Drive, and then of course, as old as I am, I was an Atari man. I had an Atari.
Yeah, Atari 2600 before that, and then
Atari.
and there was
What my first racing game was? Pole Position.
Pole Position was the arcade game that came out.
Yes.
in the 80s, early
Pole
80s.
The damn Mega
Position.
Drive come out in '88, dude. I wasn't born till '91, so that ought to tell you a little bit
Wow.
right there. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I'm sorry, I've been telling how old I am. My apologies.
do the math, y'all. I'm 34. Get it figured out. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, Super Nintendo, and then I went to PlayStation, and then all that good stuff. Now I got a
We
PS5.
need to give Jacob
He's
a
a
little
good
Bob,
boy.
a little bit Bobby thing to suck on there because he's such
Let
a
me just tell
baby.
you this: if you got a freaking Atari, you better hold on to it. If you ever get an Atari in your hands, in your collections, hold on to it because those things
Oh,
are
they're selling
valuable.
for top money.
Yeah, Dad's got
They
one.
are valuable. Yeah.
He's got the one with the Pong with the sticks. He's got that one.
So I had Atari, I had Sega, I had Nintendo, I had Super
chat.
Nintendo.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sharon Bruce is saying, "Come on, T Bruce." Well, it's T Bruce at the moment.
yeah. Bruce
Bruce
is
is back
right back in 13th. So yeah, he's definitely got to come on to the front, Sharon.
So it's
There
White
he
Gray
is.
now too. Look, White Gray's with him. But look who this has benefited. Smeta,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you pronounce it. Kyla Wynn's back up there.
Smetana,
Smeta.
Jacob Smetana,
Michael
Kyler
Sergel's
Wins,
in there.
Potatoes,
Yeah.
potato, there. Yeah.
Sturgill's back up there. Michael Sturgill,
Yep. And of course, Brian is in the lead.
Brian Pino. Look at the jump he's got going on right now, right? Driftless CrossFit in
Well,
the #1 position.
Wesley, Brian Pino, honestly, I mean, there might have been maybe one or two people that may have had this man up here at the front in this particular instance. I'll be honest with you, I didn't. You look at some of the names like Malik Ray and Eberhardt and Wed and Sturgill, Azronoff, we knew these guys was going to be up here at the front. We knew that they was going to be good. They're always good when it comes to these muddy races, when it comes to Daytona or Talladega, it's this kind of deal. Brian Pino, no. We didn't think it. I mean, he's in it. He's up 34 spots. He's the biggest damn mover in the whole field. But Brian Pino could absolutely be in prime position to get the win here in dual race #1 and have a fantastic starting spot for tomorrow night. That's something right there that I don't think a lot of people had looking forward to tonight. At least I didn't. I'm not sure about y'all, but I didn't.
So we will get you set for a restart. Remember also that we have completed the scheduled distance of 150 miles, 60 laps, which means we now move in to one attempt. I don't even want to call it overtime because they're not going to get multiple attempts. It's only one time. One time we get a green, white checker. And the rules are very simple. If they wreck before the white flag, the field is frozen, just like NASCAR, and we will determine the lineup at time of caution where they are on the track. If we get to the white flag, to the Darren's Detail and Shine, 1 to go, then it is checkers to the wreckers. Wreckers to the checkers. Whatever you want to say, right? Checkers or wreckers. Bottom line, Jacob.
Want them up.
If we get the white flag, they're gonna crash them. They're gonna do all they can to get back to start finish to the checkered flag because it means we're not stopping. Here we go.
Smash 'em,
5
bash 'em.
miles like rock'em sock'em robots, as my producer Dean just said. Here they come. Green, white checker. Surf Pro, dual one. Would you have it any other way? We're taking 14 in dual one beside the qualifying winners. And Brian Pino leading the way down to the inside. His Toyota number 15 over Malik Ray. And more as we're single file, led by Eberhard and Astronaut on the inside. Kylo Wynn to the outside lane with Sturgill at it too.
Pino probably the only one in the field that would not mind if they threw the caution right here before they got back to the white flag because he'd be in prime position. Now he's screwed. Here comes Ray. Eberhard, they take a shot, jump up to the top side. Pino's got a hope like how Astronaut's a good pusher, and he is. Coming back to the white flag off turn 4, it's Malik Ray.
Friends, you got to have them. Friends, you got to need them. or
The white
you at
flag.
least used them for just a minute.
We're racing
Across
the
the
end.
drive. Race is official. Darren, Steve Helen Shine, 1 to go. Malik Ray, he started Sunday night as the man in P1, winning P1. He's trying to win here in Duel 1 in turn number 2. He leads over Eberhard and Wynn and Sturgill and Pinnell for the final time to the back straightaway.
Sturgill says he's had enough of this. He'll jump up to the top side, try to make something happen. He's got Astronaut lined up right behind him. Malik Ray and Eberhard, they're trying to get away. Dylan Jones back there with them to help, and they are gone. Eberhard shoves Ray, makes a shot outside bottom. They block as they work their way off turn 4.
Whoa!
It's almost contact. It is contact. Malik Ray bonsais off of the car.
I don't know who it is.
Pino, they're
It's
crashing.
Max.
Everybody's going across the
Max.
line. Can you believe it? Max Dinda
Max.
is going to win Duel 1. All
Wow.
hell breaks loose coming out of turn number 4. You talk about the bomb dropping and the field imploding. There it goes as again, Eberhard, Ray take each other out down to the line, crashing across the stripe. Max Dinda over Asranoff and Wyatt Gray when the checkered falls. Max Dinda is going to win Surf Pro Duel number 1 from Morrison, Colorado.
What the hell?
Unbelievable.
Good Lord, have
How about
mercy.
this?
Watch this
Look
once
how far back
again.
he is.
Shake this out. How do you shake up this? Wow.
Watch
What
Eberhard.
in
He
the
jumps
world were
up.
Eberhard and Malik Ray thinking? Look
Ooh.
at these guys bonsaiing off of one another. And then Malik Ray and Eberhard take each other out with Sturgill in contact. There's Asranoff fighting back. Gray on the inside. But look at Max Dinda. Kyler Wynn in the grass. Pino's spinning. Everybody's crashing behind them. And there it is. Max Dinda has won Duel race number 1. Are you friggin' kidding me? And are you not entertained?
Damn. Wow. I mean, just look. I mean, just everybody coming by, sideways, wrecking, backwards, some of them. And believe it or not, some of those drivers that went through the line backwards, odds are they might have made it into tomorrow night with where they finished at. It just depends on where they finished and got
Crazy.
themselves in the transfer spot out of that. They could have been backwards, torn all to hell. Probably couldn't even drive it back to the garage if they wanted to, but they're racing come tomorrow night.
The craziness at the finish, and the man from Morrison, Colorado, Max Dinda, will burn it down here below start finish, and the dude wipes entry. Kellogg's number 48 will celebrate as being the winner of the Surf Pro Duel number 1. Here's your results. Remember, qualifying winners from Sunday to Thursday are in. 14 best finishers of the results. We'll try to get them to you immediately. Are in the inside row for tomorrow night's NASRA 500 King of Daytona, presented by that towing company. Max Dinda is your winner. Trevor Asmanoff second. Wyatt Gray third. They're part of the Florida Cabinet Distributors Winner Circle Victory Lane. We'll talk to them on the podium next. Dylan Jones, I believe with the finish of his, he's in. Tristan Bruce will be in. Hunter Hastings with a hell of a job in the 44 tonight. Should be locked in. Peyton Johnson, Tyler Goodwin, Dustin Shepard, and yes, Jacob, I believe with a top 10 finish for George Jewell. He should be from Lakeview, Michigan in the race tomorrow night.
Very good possibility for George Jewell. Junior Miller, maybe. We'll see how it all ends up working out. Kyler Witt, obviously, he's in. Peter Smetana right there as well with Matthew Patton right there in the 14th spot. That was the cutoff number that I was looking at to be able to try to get in. There's that number that we've been talking about all night. Matthew Patton, and then obviously Jacob Smetana's in the 15th spot. Michael Barksdale, 16th. Then you got Patrick Millette ends up finishing in 17th with Dana Ride. How will everything shake out? Will he be able to make it? Rounding out the top 18, and then rounding out the top 20 is Nathan Brown and David Justy.
Jackson Bice, who started on the outside of the front row, ends up 21st. Craig Schroeder, 22nd. Then it's Justin Johnson. Brandon Broadfoot, remember, he's a qualifier winner for NASRA. He is locked in automatically. He'll end up in the top 25. Brian Pino, what might have been before the restart, he was up in the front of that shootout. Joshua Suss, Nathan Harper, Michael Sturgill, Daniel Eberhardt, Brian Chu, all in the top 30.
Then Robert Richardson coming home with the 31st. There was Malik Ray. Obviously, he has one. He is in. But we're hearing that everything's not official, from what we're hearing here in Duel 1, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
Ray, 32nd. Sean Corbett, 33rd. Obviously, Owen Scrage in the 33rd spot. Old McDonald, Larry McDonald coming home with 35th. David Flanagan, 36th. Joey Creech in 37th. Tucker McClendon, 38th. Joey Masevich and Matt Doodle, the 40 here tonight with Brady LaBeouf, TJ Moore, and Cody Knott, the race directors.
Here's a look at the finish one more time. Coming up, Florida Cabinet Distributors post-race wrap-up, but here it is. Battling Eberhardt and Malik Ray slamming into one another. Astronaut gets the clear. Powers alongside Max Dinda. Dinda slams into the outside safer barrier. They're 3 wide as Sturgill spins behind them. Gray with a push to the 89 before he got sideways. But the momentum would not go away. To the 48 of Morrison, Colorado's Max Dinda. He wins Surf Pro Duel 1. We talk to the 3 drivers on the podium next from Daytona.
Wow. What a finish.
Stand by. We'll be with you in just a moment, and we'll have a quick question. Please thank your sponsor as well if you haven't done so. And we'll go to Jacob. Jacob will grab second and third, and we'll make these interviews very fast. Congratulations, Max.
Yep, thank you.
That was
Max going.
booking
What a finish.
I think it was
It's
about
official,
2:08 or
right?
something.
No.
We're good?
He-
Oh.
Race
what-
is still under review, is what we're being told.
Yeah. Y'all might be all right, but
I
don't
think you guys
know about
might.
the
I
rest
think
of
you
us.
might be right at the front because
Well,
it doesn't
yeah,
look like this. Yeah,
I just
Yeah,
felt that way.
it's probably more about the other positions that are a little
The
bit further back,
transfers.
but
Yeah, because there's
Yeah,
20
'cause-
cars at the start finish line coming to the finish.
And here,
It's
Max,
like
you're
a
not in.
headache
You
right
got
now.
fucked. The hell?
looking at the,
They're
looking at
having
the
a headache
replays
right now trying to
coming
figure
back
out
now,
what
but-
cars are cars or which.
Yeah, it don't look like anything that you guys did caused any of those wrecks up the front, so I think you might be okay.
No.
But, no, that's not official yet. But anyway, let's go live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Daytona coverage of the, of course, NASRA 500 King of Daytona Speed Weeks presented by that towing company, formerly known as Blanchard Towing and Recovery. I'm Wesley Outland, Jacob Reeves, Dean Hopton on production with a wild first duel. And if you thought that was going to be crazy, the fireworks continue as DSR Electric Duel 2 is coming up next. But first, we welcome you to the Florida Cabinet Distributors Victory Lane Winner's Circle. And we grab the winner from Morrison, Colorado, Max Dinda. Max, I mean, how do you describe what happened? You're watching all this going on in your rear, in your cockpit, in your front windshield, chaos in front of you. What's your mindset going into this last corner? And obviously, man, you're winning duel number 1. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I mean, I was just hoping I didn't get wrecked. I mean, I was on that back stretch. I mean, I saw Kyler. He was going really slow there, so I knew if I could get clear of him, I'd be in the transfer spot because But in 3 and 4, I really couldn't see much of what was going on. I just saw some crazy blocking by Malik, and then all hell broke loose. Really, I just kept my foot in it, stayed in the high side, and I got some luck this time. So. Yeah, really, really thankful to be in this spot. Thanks to Malik for working with me there a little bit on that midway stage. And yeah, I mean, I'm going into this with no teammates, no nothing really, other than a few people. So really, really thankful for this opportunity to race in the 500 and excited to see what I can do.
We're ready to see what he'll do tomorrow night from Morrison, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put it back in speed mode one more time and watch this finish. One more time, you're watching the 48. Dude wipes entry from Colorado, Max Dinda, and look at him just staying to the outside. Contact with Asranoff, maybe a shot from Gray in the back, but he would not be denied, as it is Max Dinda over Asranoff, finishing in second. Jacob Reeves is standing by with the man of the 89 from Augusta right now.
Yeah, standing by with Trevor Azrin out there, and also White Gray. White will get to you in a second. Azrin, Trevor, buddy, hell of a race. I mean, 9 ways to Sunday. I mean, this was a crazy, crazy race south side of Augusta right there as well. Trevor, talk us through this whole race right here. You look like you're going to be ready to rock and roll for the NASRA 500. What was the key to trying to finish ahead of everybody and just being aggressive as it was?
Well, the key was to stay out of the wrecks, but I kind of killed the field at one point in time in this race, and we were able to get it fixed. So I guess you could say the key to this race is to survive somehow or another, or be the least car with the least amount of damage at some point in time. Because buddy, oh buddy, there were some times we were up there beating and banging, slanging and ganging, and yeah, and we made it through right there on the last lap. The leaders were beating and banging, and boy, don't you hate it to finish second. I want to reiterate this. I finished second 3 times this week. This will be the 3rd one in a row.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do. I have a good friend of mine, Kenny Stamper, used to tell me I came all this way just to finish second. And I'm out here finishing second again. That's damn near the bridesmaid being the bride, or the bride, whatever that saying is. I just can't get a win, but we're gonna try tomorrow.
You win the 500, maybe.
As many times he's been the bridesmaid.
The bride. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
As many times as he's been the bridesmaid so far, he may be in good position. He might can get one more car tomorrow night to be able to make it happen. Trevor Azranoff coming home in second. We go to 3rd place. Oh, White Gray. And that 18, White, buddy, we saw you up there at the front kind of mix it up with these old buddies. And you come home with a 3rd here tonight as we watching it once again with all hell end up breaking loose coming off turn 4. White, watch it right there. You jump up top. You're able to make it happen. Talk us through all this right here, just seeing chaos happen in front of you.
Yeah, that had to be one of the craziest finishes I've ever been a part of. I mean, between Max and Trevor, the photo finish, the 20 cars, he got piled up at the start-finish line going for the transfer spots. But, I mean, down the back straightaway, I was just thinking, get that top 12, get the transfer, and then, when D3 and Malik are side by side, someone's getting paint. So we were able to just take the run on the high side. And for a second there, I thought I had a shot at the win, but I had nowhere to go behind Max and Trevor. And luckily we slid across the line 3rd.
Well, from the Buckeye State, White Gray coming home with a 3rd here tonight. Appreciate both of them. They get 2nd, 3rd. Back to you, Wes.
Well, I mean, there's only one place for Astronaut to go, up, and maybe if he gives us an entertaining pit board tomorrow night, it might be, it might be something in his favor. So, obviously, if people don't know, Trevor Astronaut is the guy that entertains us with. You never know what kind of pit board you'll see on the pit lane. So, look at this crash, and ladies and gentlemen, that is what the powers that be are trying to figure out. Is we've got we're opening up a virtual Waffle House.
Yeah.
We're scattered, smothered, and covered, sliced, diced, chopped, crunkled up. I mean, you name it. We just had a big one over there, a big metal omelet mayhem of destruction coming across the line, and it is going to take a while for the powers at race control to sort this out again. But at the end of the day, Max Dinda ain't got nothing to worry about as we show you the finish one more time. Jacob Reeves, your final take of Surf Pro Duel 1, and hey, saddle them up, cowboy, cowgirls. We'll do it again for DSR Electric Duel 2 on deck coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley, that was crazy right there to see how all that ended up working out right there. Honestly, it looked like a Walmart parking lot with the cops showing up, and they found out that everybody had a hold of Grandpappy's moonshine that he's trying to hide from Granny. I think all of them ended up having it, and that's what it ended up looking like when they all ended up crossing the finish line. But Dinda got it. It's going to be a rough one right here for these Duel 2 guys to try to see if they can match what these guys did.
What a crazy finish it was as we saw so many different times, drivers climbing high, climbing low, that could have been in contention to win this thing when it was all said and done. But nonetheless, results are unofficial, though we rack them and look at further review, multiple camera angles to determine this finish. Coming out of turn 4, Max Dinda winning Surf Pro Duel 1 for everybody at NASRA. Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott, TJ Moore, and more. For Dean Hopton, Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outman. We're just getting started. Duel 2, Daytona, coming up next. Max Dinda wins a wild one in Surf Pro Duel 1.
Everybody tried to get the hell out of that Walmart.
Now, you got to
parking lot.
tell me that was a perfect ending right there, Dean. That was
There you go.
perfect.
That was a perfect ending.
Yes, we are
I didn't even
entertainers.
count you down.
We are entertainers.
Well, also, Cody's saying, speed it up, please. Speed it up, please. He's like, get on with it. Get on with it.
We're
got
getting
another session.
there. We're getting there. Seriously, that's exactly what it looked like. A damn Walmart parking lot. The cops rolled in, and everybody's like, "Fuck, we gotta go."
If you were coming out of the Super Bowl mid show, right at the end of the Super Bowl, like halftime show, right, and they count you down, you going on the clock. You're going on the clock.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. They'll be like, hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, that's it, go.
Everything's done by the clock. If you ever go to a NASCAR race or you ever work a NASCAR race, you'll learn everything is done by the clock. Everything's done by time. When you see how everybody syncs and choreographs to do opening ceremonies or driver intros or the command or any of that shit, it's all choreographed. It's all synced up. When they tell you that they're going to drop the green flag if it's a 3 o'clock start, green flag at 3:07, well, guess what? That green flag's coming out at 3:07.
And that's what I'm doing.
Like it or not.
I'm starting the show, whether you're ready or not. I'm just
Needs to be
starting
12. Needs to be 12 o'clock starting a NASCAR race. That's beef for another time.
I'm starting this show, whether you're ready or not, boys. I'm starting it. Hopefully.
Right. I mean, you know what? For the fans, you know what? For the fans on the Redneck Announcer Productions page, you know what? I'll open it up.
We got beef.
Why the fuck would you start a race at 3 o'clock on a Sunday? Everybody's already hammered by the damn time of the damn start, and then you got to drive home. You got to go work the next day. Start it at 12 or at 1. Hell, make it 1 o'clock. We'll be happy with that. We'll take that.
I guess they might put polls out there. They might ask all the drivers.
No, they don't. They cater to that fucking West Coast. That's what it is. West Coast, it starts at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock or whatever time. They get pissed off. Well, they get pissed off because they'll be at church or it's too early and they can't watch it. There's a thing called a fucking DVR. Use it. Just say it.
You drive
Daniel Stern,
California.
Daniel Stern, Home Alone star, cited for soliciting prostitution.
Really?
Daniel Stern from Home Alone didn't want to come home.
Tons of money anyway.
Issued him a citation and a warrant for allegedly trying to hire an escort. Holy shit!
Talk about the wet bandits.
Yeah,
we're the wet bandits. We're the sticky bandits.
Shit,
too.
we gotta get going.
Yeah, sticky wet bandits, my God. Yeah.
Fuck me, they're gritting, guys. I am not even in the session at the moment. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
shit. Nah, that is not good.
Tell them to hang on a damn minute. Chill out.
Yeah, they're not going grid. But we still got to go through the grid and it's still got to load it and all that sort of shit. So just give it a minute. Christ almighty, man. Fucking back-to-back stuff is a pain in the ass. I haven't even changed the graphics yet. I just feel that the people who are in the second races are subpar to what's happening in the first races because they don't get a chance. Live Daytona, let's get rid of that.
What do you mean they didn't get a chance to what? What do you mean they didn't get a chance to do what?
They don't get a chance for the show to be
race number 2.
Intro. Yeah, because there's no time.
I mean, we didn't have a nice intro for race number 1 either, dude. I mean, we came on the air.
We did have a nice intro for race number 1. We did.
Come on. We did 30 seconds and started the damn starting lineup.
That's all you have. That's all you got. That's all the time you have.
We'll still do it again. Just go ahead and get on the air. Come on.
We'll make it work.
All right, I'm trying. I've got keys to put in here, man.
Engineer, sound engineer.
Oh, God.
That's I kept telling Cody last night. I was like, dude, you don't
You're not
realize
the
he's got
priority.
to hit all these buttons. He's got string keys and codes.
Is
and
Dan
shit.
dragging his feet again?
Yep. I am dragging my feet.
Oh,
Make another lap. Make another lap.
Well, we
see,
got
I'll
listen
ask
to
him.
Justin talking shit, man. Come on.
If we get beef,
Let's
I
go.
love you, dude.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Back here in Daytona, we welcome you to coverage on this Friday night for the NASRA the NASRA 500 King of Daytona. This is the DSR Electric Duel Race number 2. And a big thank you, as always, to DSR Electric, proud sponsor of Monday's DSR Electric NASRA Truck Series. They'll be back in action, Jacob, Monday night at Talladega, right before the playoffs. Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outman, Dean Hopton on production. The field's on track, and we're ready to go with the starting lineup. Drivers introduced: Cameron Craighead and Garrett Maines from the Commonwealth of Virginia, row number 1. Row number 2 will find Cody Nagels and John Ward. Row 3 on the grid, we'll see Mark Vondell, the Napa Know-How Colors, and Kenneth McCullough Jr. from McCullough Motorsports. Row 4, Evan Carlbon and Stephen Miles in the Exalted 24/8. And your top 10, Jacob Reeves, Mr. Redneck Announcer, sir, will find Andrew Harris and Richard Elliott in the Silver Bullet 02.
yes, sir. And right back there in row number 6, Josh Ball and the Bulldog, Adam Newton, with Merch Magical Creations on the number 4 here tonight. Spiceman Chris Sentiment, Tiny Horse Rod Johnson, a couple of NASRA regulars, making up 13th and 14th in row 7. Dylan Alt and Charlie Morgan, trying to make it happen, sounding like a country music superstar back there in P16. Dave Calvert, Nick Simple, making up row number 9, 17th and 18th, and rounded out the top 20 is David Calvert and Joshua McCullough in P20.
McCullough family in the mix. So row 11, Ethan Eckert of the Auto Zone entry. Matthew David Wood for NASRA starts in 22nd. Row 12, Kenny Real for the Jack Shack and the Prime Water entry of Andrew Santo. Row 13, Miles Bagley. He's ate his Wheaties and the Valvoline oil entry of Brandon Wallace in 26th. Row 14, Bussy Mongold from NASRA from Concord and Asher Little in the Sundrop 101. And your top 30 will find Daniel Falkingham, followed by Carson Freeman.
And right behind him in row 16, Raul Meza, Aiden Howard. Back there, 31st and 32nd. They're coming to the 1 to green. Dustin Cowan and Brock Westmoreland making up row 17, 33, and 34 starting spots. Dylan Ast and Taylor Peacock. Watch out for this one. A dark horse back there in 36th. Damn good on the restrictor plates in NASRA. Jeffrey Goodpaster and John Darnell III making up the 33 or 38. And then Aaron Smith and Chris Blanchard with that towing company back there in P40. Curtis Banks, the 41st driver, Brady LaBeouf, TJ Moore, Cody Knott, and Justin White, the race directors.
Those are the men that are overseeing operations. Let's show you the details real quickly of how this goes down. It's going to be another 60 laps, 150 miles, 3 sets of tires, fuel capacity at 100%. They could probably get about 35 to 40 laps on a run. Time of day is night. Weather conditions popping up as well. Partly cloudy conditions. Track temp at 77 degrees. Northeast wind gone. It is calm at 0. Then it shoots up to 2 miles an hour. And the sim temp is 77 as well. We mentioned it earlier. We'll mention it again. Perfect virtual night for racing. Daytona, 2.5 miles, 31 degrees of banking. Of course, a very fun
You gotta
racetrack.
wait for the timing tower to sort
The
itself out too.
start-finish line is nestled in the middle of the tri-oval. 2.5 miles, 31 degrees of banking in the corners, 18 degrees at start finish. There's a 3,800 foot long tri-oval. There's the super stretch on the back straightaway that measures 3,000 feet long on this facility that is 480 acres, including 180 acres of infield parking, 44-acre Lake Lloyd, and a place that sits 100,000 plus on the front straightaway. Green flag, DSR, electric, NASRA 500, final preliminary to lock in for tomorrow night. Goal 2 is green. You have a virtual race. It is watching these guys roll into the corner. Keep an eye on Garrett Maines. He knows how to get it done. Garrett Maines in the 1 car. Also, Cameron Craighead right there alongside car. Bouncing out of line, Jacob Early, but they still hold it together as they work the back straightaway.
Yeah, Garrett Maines down the back stretch. Huge shot by John Ward. Cody Nagel's right there smack dab in the middle of it. Cameron Craighead as well. Garrett Maines up here at the front at Daytona trying to come around to complete lap 1.
I need him to complete a lap before the time.
We've always talked about the fact that
it's not.
obviously, you know, that you see a different duel sometimes. The first race might be caution-filled and chaotic. The second one might be more comfortable and less caution-filled, less, calamity, more patience. As right now, it is Garrett Maines leading them down the back straightaway. There's something wrong with timing and scoring. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Because we don't.
Garrett Maines in the lead now as they work their way in the corner.
I'll shut down. It's the only thing I can do.
Yeah, Garrett Maines up here at the front. John Ward right behind him trying to make it happen. Obviously, right behind him, there's Cameron Craighead. Craighead's going to get knocked up on the top side. Von Dell right behind him as well. Garrett Maines trying to mix it up. Now we got the timing and scoring lined up as Maines works his way through 1 and 2. Good God almighty, John Ward's going to want to take it up in the front. He's trying to go to the lead.
Like NASCAR, some technical errors, but we're working on it behind the scenes right now.
Quickly, that's why.
All of this is going on.
Not designed for that.
As down to the inside, we're working on the lineups. It's now Ward on the high side. He's got Cameron Craighead on the bottom. Cody Naegels is there, followed by Josh Ball and Garrett Maines. All these guys, rock, roll, rumble, thunder into the corner out of turn 4, coming across the line. Here comes a pyramid lineup as you get something going on that outside lane. Up against the safer barrier. Can we get that third lane going? Not yet. It is Ward now leading them into the corner into 1 and 2. Nagel's on the inside with a big push by Josh Ball in the corner.
Yeah, Josh Ball going to wear him out. He may have some wings in the Red Bull car back there. Damn, he almost went flying. He got knocked sideways, but he's going to take it all the way to the front. Josh Ball going to the front here at Daytona. Good God almighty. John Ward latched right on his back end. He almost sent him around 9 ways to Sunday, but he may end up coming out of this smelling like a damn rose. But up top, Ward tried to help Ball. Down on the inside, Cody Nagel's got help from Cameron Craighead.
My apologies. I might have said John Ball, but I meant Josh Ball. Josh Ball and John Ward now, one behind the other. It's a Josh show. Then it's Cody Naegels on the bottom of the racetrack. He's got a trunk full also of Cameron Craighead, followed by Garrett Maines. As up the hill goes Cody Naegels. Naegels up high, opens the door to Cameron Craighead. Here comes the lime green Rock Lab entry to the lead as they work the back straightaway.
Josh Ball up here also with John Ward trying to make it happen. Drink or shotgun 3 beers real fast and try to say that 3 times real fast. But up front, they try to make it happen. Oh, no, Kenny Real in the 11. He gets tagged. He goes up sideways. He hits the wall. We got spinners. No caution yet on the speedway. Now the Serve Pro comes out.
Damn.
Caution out for cars involved. And it all started with Kenny Real. First yellow flag of the race in DSR Electric. Cowan called up in it. It looks like Johnson might have got a piece of it and more. It happened coming into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah. Evan Carlbon, I believe, is the one that really got the short end of the stick. There he is in that rainbow-colored 58. Watch this again.
Get him
Oh,
drove the save.
baby,
He's good.
trying to hold on every little bit that they can. You see Carbon up against the outside retaining wall. Everybody dives down to the inside trying to make it happen. Adam Newton very, very close to Bulldog. Almost got smack dab in the middle of that bad boy. It could have been detrimental for the Bulldog, Adam Newton, as you saw
Was
him right there
Carbon?
smack dab
Wasn't
in the
Carbon.
middle of it as well.
Who was it?
But certainly was a wild ride sliding
didn't know
through
who it
right
was.
there for all those old boys. Just a little bit of a stack up. There's Kenny Real. Just everybody just trying to hold on. Real hell of a save. That could have been very bad for Kenny Real. And not the first time we've seen that, Wesley Outland, for Kenny Real being some of those, but just in situations just to save it as much as he does.
We're trying to figure out who that car right there is.
We
Not
need
the
more people in
11,
the session.
but it is this one right here. Those colors of that car
see who that
crashing.
is. Can't
I
even
want to
get it.
say it's John Darnell, the third, the 099 that is around. And I could be
Oh.
wrong. Yeah,
you might be
yeah,
right.
yeah, there it is. Yep, that's him. Watch this
Thank you.
again. On board, John Darnell the third.
Everything's
Watch this
busted.
happen.
Everything's busted.
So at least we found out who the car was. Watch the 099, Jacob, and again, gets into the 11 of Kenny Real after Real had already bounced a couple of times sideways. He was bobbing and weaving on his own, and then nowhere to go. And then Darnell spinning. Smith in the middle. Cowan got spun right in front of the prime water entry. And then there's Ryan Johnson and other cars spinning. And that's why we're under the yellow flag here. Wow.
Yeah,
And cars are on pit road as well.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those drivers, some of them maybe just jumping down, maybe just to get that top off like we saw in dual race number 1. Some of them coming down and obviously trying to fix some damage after that wild slide by obviously Kenny Real and John Darnell the third over there in turn 3 and 4. As, you know, this is going to be interesting. And Stephen Miles up there at the front, he's had some issues this week, but he's up here at the front.
Can't even use his driver information either. It's all fucked up.
Brings people together like never before.
It's a beautiful hometown weekend out there. We've got
Your local stations keep you informed and involved with music, talk shows, and real-time news updates you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters, connecting you to what matters most. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress to support your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Station identification. This is the
Fucking Adam Newton.
Hey guys, just wanted to make sure y'all get it, y'all line it up. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and get ready for the NASRA 500 come tomorrow night. Hit the like and subscribe here with Redneck Announcer Productions.
Back to our coverage from Daytona on the iRacing world. It's the NASRA 500 King of Daytona, DSR Electric Duel number 2. You're listening on the radio. Dean Hopton on production. Of course, Jacob Reeves. I'm Wesley Outland. And the field getting a caution in the early going, Jacob Reeves, will set us up now for a restart after a early caution to watch and see what happens, right? We talk about all these new scenarios, and we didn't get but, 4 or 5 laps into this thing, and we had a caution. Kind of shades of what happened in duel number 1.
Yeah, I mean, very, very much just like that. I mean, that's damn near right on the money was when that first caution happened. I think the first one happened in dual race 1 was like at 5, 6, somewhere in that range, and here we are damn near right on the money. So good possibility it may end up being the same way. Like you were talking about, just these duels, they race a little bit differently. One of them is more chaotic, and then the other one's kind of calmer. You know, I think this one would be the calmer one of the other one. Yeah, well, I mean, I think this one might be a little bit calmer because some of the drivers that you see out here on the track, guys like Adam Newton, like Chris Cinnamon, Andrew Harris, well, he's a little bit aggressive. I raced against him. Just throwing that out there. But John Ward, some of these other guys, they are the more calmer drivers that you would see. There was some aggressive driving in the first one. There was a lot of heavy hitters in that one. I think this one will be the calm one. It was just a bad situation on how this on how this caution ended up happening.
top 10 as he'll come back for the restart with the lights off on the iRacing safety car. He'll come onto the pit lane next time around. Stephen Miles now the leader. Adam Newton in second, who, by the way, has dominated the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series this year. They'll go back to it again at Talladega for the four-time winner on Monday. Andrew Harris, Chris Cinnamon, Josh Ball, David Colbert, row 3, Cody Nagels, Dustin Cowan, John Ward, Cameron Craighead. Your top 10. Side by side, back to the restart box, and back underway in DSR Electric Duel 2. What a great launch for Stephen Miles, the Exalta colors, rocking it for two-time back-to-back Daytona 500 winner, William Byron for Hendrick. He's got Harris now, the Blanchards 87 right there in tow, and the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon, is on in third in car 3 on the back straightaway.
I'm telling you, Spice Man may try to get a little bit spicy here tonight, get himself in prime position to lock himself in for the NASRA 500 come tomorrow night. Josh Ball trying to make something happen as well, riding on board with old Spicy. Spicy Man, Chris Cinnamon sitting in the third spot, car number 3 as they're all chasing Stephen Miles.
On board with Cinnamon, behind him is Ball. Then it's, of course, the likes of Nagels, Ward, Newton, Calvert, all in this mix now as they shuffle, shuck and jive up 31 degrees to banking. Watch now, Ball. He'll get a push from Nagels. Nagels with help behind him. That's the 92 of Ward, and they'll stack them up side by side to do-si-do to the super stretch.
And one driver we really need to be watching out for, that pink car, 5th one in line on the bottom side, that is Daniel Falkingham. Falkingham's got a hell of a following, and a lot of them were pulling for him when they had the King of Talladega here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Falkingham up there in the position to lock himself in tomorrow night. He's not locked in by virtue of winning one of the qualifying races. He's got to finish good enough to get himself into the race tomorrow night, but he's in prime position right now, already up 12 spots from where he started.
And that's exactly right. Daniel Falkingham made it into the duels by finishing in the podium spots. But the winner of the qualifying races only from Sunday to Thursday night are the ones that are in the race for tomorrow night. As the duel's going on right now, here we go, back straightaway. Ward and Ball, they're side by side, working into the banking into turn 3.
Yeah, trying to work it out, if you will. John Ward, Stephen Miles up here at the front. Andrew Harris right behind him. Josh Ball, Cody Nagels trying to make the outside lane work. Riding on board with Stephen Miles. Check him out. Just absolutely wearing out the back end of the number 92 Chevy race car right here, right in front of him. Chevy Camaro. Just absolutely wearing him out. Harris behind him as well. Then you got Cinnamon, Ball side by side. John Ward, very, very good restrictor plate racer, very good money racer as he leads him off turn 2.
He'll work his way down that back stretch down to the inside lane. You've got Ward in that 92 on the inside, hugging the double yellow line. So will everyone else. The top side is Ball. He's now back in 4th or 5th, but he's right there in striking distance. All these cars rock, roll, rumble, thunder, soar, roar off of turn 4. It's Ward now holding on to the Cavalry in one on lap number 11. He pulls up in front of Ball across the stripe. It's Ward now playing blocker in the early going as we're just 25 miles in Daytona.
Yeah, John Ward actually has that mulligan, if you will, Wesley Outland. He is good to go to race tomorrow night, so he can pretty much do whatever the hell he wants. But Josh Ball ain't playing. Stephen Miles loses it off of turn 2. He's able to gather it back up. He's got to merge back up into traffic. Josh Ball not playing with anybody here tonight, trying to make it happen up here at the front. Josh Ball trying to go for the lead on John Ward with Cody Nagels, the Bulldog, Adam Newton up top as well.
Down to the inside. Here comes Ward in the lead.
Oh.
Up high goes the 4. There's Newton. He's door to door with him. There goes Ball. Ball now with Cowan up top. Remember, Cowan spun a moment ago in the early caution, Jacob. He is right back up in the front behind Newton as they work out of turn 2.
Good God, they are just absolutely holding on for all it's worth. John Ward, Josh Ball, and Cody Nagels. Adam Newton, the Bulldog, leading up on the outside lane with Dustin Cowan up here to help him as well as David Calvert. And right behind him, how about Chris Blanchard? Way back there. He started all the way on the back of the damn field, and he's up here inside the top 10 with that towing company. Ward leads, but there's a lot of heavy hitters starting to slide their way up here with the likes of Garrett Maines and Cameron Craighead as well.
Ball, Red Bull car down to the inside. And Ward goes below the line. Trouble, car sideways.
That's a wreck.
Crash, 33 and others going around. The 33, the 29. Trouble on the racetrack as multiple cars lose it in turn number 2.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Let's see, all that really kicked off right around the John Ward 92 car area, but Charlie Morgan was the one that really initiated how the caution ended up happening with him and Chris Cinnamon. We'll take a look at it on a Points Poppers instant replay. John Ward was the start of it, but Charlie Morgan, that was the bad situation at all of it, as you see John Ward trying to drive away from it.
Hopefully it's about the best I can show you. There
oh, wow. Yeah. Cowan doored him. Cowan banged the hell out of him and knocked him down.
Cowan and Ward got together. Yes, sir. Yeah, there it is.
I thought I saw that, yeah.
I want to say that Cowan doored the hell out of Ward, but he did get into him just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like an intentional slam, but he certainly did get to him. And then this calls Ward to go below the apron. And then here we go again. Watch the 3. That's Cinnamon and other cars. I want to say it was the 3 in that white car, if you will. It happened so fast.
So we'll go to Cinnamon next.
It's the 69 of Charlie Morgan from Bentonville, Arkansas that got collected. Watch this again here. Slim Chickens. They got good food.
I'm about to try them out, honestly. I love my chicken, honestly, Wesley Outland. But you see right there, Charlie Morgan trying to dip down. Unfortunately, gets into Cinnamon. David Calvert slides up. Garrett Maines. Cameron Craighead, a couple of heavy hitters getting themselves involved in it. But Wesley, I agree, with what you said. I want to reiterate what I was talking about. Yeah, I mean, he door banged the hell out of him. Obviously, it wasn't intentional. But as hard as Cowan nailed John Ward. Look, I mean, he knocked him literally almost down below the damn white line, just how hard he hit him. Certainly wasn't intentional. I just think he thought he was clear. He wasn't clear. Ward was there. But honestly, I think he hit him so hard it knocked the damn wheel out of his hands. Ward had to try to gather it back up and done a good job being able to save it and carry on. But unfortunately, these other guys, Curtis Banks, there's obviously Cameron Craighead getting involved as well.
Everybody's gone to pit road. Everybody almost, except for Dustin Cowan. Stayed out.
We're going to step away and take a break as cars are pitting. We're going to pit as well. Heading to 50 miles completed in this one. Still a long way to go. The Duels at Daytona. Race 2 continues when we return.
Hang on. Got to get rid of the set for ad. Can't pull up any of the driver information that comes up in that bottom part. I have to do that manually. My buttons aren't working on my Stream Deck because we're changing shit too quickly. Software is not designed for this stuff. You'll never have the Coca-Cola esports go back to back to back to back to races. No way. They'll just go, fuck you, we're not producing that shit.
I mean, he needed to realize that you had to reset everything. I mean, I would give him a prime example. I'd say, look right here. This is the reason why.
2 minutes. They take, I know that the other networks, they would be like 1 hour minimum to set up for a broadcast. 1 hour minimum. Minimum. So if you're switching from one station to another, they would just say no. We're not doing that.
seen some other. I've seen some other people
we're
like
sitting in
do a
for
race
5
and then do it in
minutes.
10 minutes and come back. I mean, I've seen them do that. I mean, I don't know about
Yeah,
an
everything's
hour.
set up, but I mean the software and changing sessions. Are they changing session? Or did they change session?
Yeah,
Wesley,
they
when
changed
you did
sessions. Yeah, they changed sessions. They changed all that. Yeah.
So you've done it before where they've changed sessions.
Yeah, they done it in about less than 10 minutes. I don't know about doing it in 2 minutes like you did, but they at least had a 10-minute break.
What was that for? Anyway, let's go live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Northwest Duels, I think it was. Back here, Daytona, as we roll in, NASRA 360 Racing Network, CRN, Redneck Announcer Radio, and there's a look at pit laps the last time they were on the pit lane. Jacob Reeves, Wesley Outlet here with you. And Jacob, we're getting ready to come to about 1/3 of the way through, and a couple of cautions, new names up in the front right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Dylan Alt, one of those, as well as Asher Little, Daniel Falkenham. Not necessarily a new name, Daniel Falkenham, but certainly in this race, being up here at the front, not exactly where he started at, but certainly Falkenham up here, the Bulldog Adam Newton up here where he started. Sediment up here, pretty good spot for him as well as, as Aiden Howard and others. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. We saw this in Duel 1, Wesley, where we had new names up here at the front with something got aggressive. Necessarily, that one wasn't really the aggressive one up at the front, but at the same time, we do have new names up here at the front in situations that they're being in. I mentioned it in Duel 1. Be careful. If you are not locked into this thing, you will start to get around people that have a mulligan and they don't really give a damn. So you got to be careful around those guys that are aggressive and they don't give a damn, because they could end up costing you to race in the King of Daytona, the NASRA 500 coming tomorrow night.
Raul Meza looks like he is having a convo with somebody and rocking his Surf Pro colors tonight as well. Big man that works for Surf Pro. Yeah. Pace car is in, ladies and gentlemen, working lap 18 of 60. That'll be about 50 miles completed in Duel 2, presented by DSR Electric. We're back to green in Daytona. Josh Ball, outside lane, Red Bull #1 on the restart. But here comes Alt. That's Dylan Alt in the 47, the black car. Asher Little in the 101. And Adam Newton in the 4, powered alongside Falkingham and Ball out of 2.
3 Chevys, a Toyota, and a Ford up here in the top 5. Falkenham make that the other Chevrolet. Now everybody else gangs up on them. The top 6 look like they were gone trying to check out. But unfortunately for them, now they've got to worry about everybody else. Josh Ball leading on the top side. Dylan Alt, he's up front as they work their way off 4.
Cross the line. Well, turn up your volume dial. Crank up the bass and the treble. NASRA's going to do it again. Heading to halfway. It's time for Fuel the Roar. NASRA 500 Daytona edition. Lights and sounds from the virtual world center of racing as Ball and Falkingham now battle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thanks to all of y'all that are watching or listening, however you are, to our coverage down the back straightaway. That's that long 3,000-foot backstretch as Ball is leading them back on the inside in 3 with Little and help.
Yeah, ball down on that bottom side, trying to make it happen any way, shape, fashion, or form. Asher Little, Dylan Alt down there trying to make it happen as well, working their way to the line to complete 21, going to 22. And here they work their way to the trial for Falkenham, still up on the top side, trying to find somebody to shove him up there. There is help up there, West Allen, but nobody's able to actually get him up to Josh Ball for him to challenge for this lead off turn 2.
Josh Ball inside. It's Little will follow. Then it is Dylan Alt. All this goes on the bottom of the racetrack of that double yellow line as here comes the 4. That's Adam Newton now. Trying to sneak up there again is Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man in the black and in the blue, number 3. He's up to 5th. Getting around Falkingham, who's falling back on the outside lane as they come rumbling through the tri-oval. About 50 miles completed, under 100 miles to go, and we're 7 laps next time by to halfway. They're back in turn 1.
And I will second what you said, Wes Allen, a while ago. Thank you very much to everybody joining us tonight. A lot of you probably tuning in right after Indiana just beat the hell out of Oregon in the Peach Bowl. But anyway, that's beside the fact. Josh Ball up here at the front. Asher Little right there with Dylan Alt, Adam Newton, Spice Smith, Chris Sediment being the top 5. Looks to me like it's all the way back to 7th, and everybody is single file. Nope, make it all the way to 6th. As right behind them, you got the 70 of Aaron Smith. Everybody up is single file, everybody back's double file.
They were stacked up single file for just a moment, and then they get back up 2 by 2 behind the top 7 or 8 cars as they're right now nose to tail in line. Then it's a 2-stepping momentum up the outside lane in the corner up that 31 degrees of banking. It's Ball now in front. Little powers down to the inside. Gave him a shot in the back bumper. Here comes Alt. He'll be right there with him as they work their way down into turn 3.
Now front 4 gets single file. Spice Man's got Andrew Harris to his outside, as well as Falkenham. Now Falkenham gets to his door. Andrew Harris, son, he's going for a ride on the outside. Around Newton. He'll try to get around Alt. He's trying to get the Little. He's trying to get the Ball. Falkenham needed some help. I think he just needed somebody to jump up in front of him. Falkenham, Harris, they are going places, son. Ball sees it, jumps up, puts the block. He'll leave the inside open for Asher Little on the bottom.
Inside, Asher Little on the bottom. Keep the door to Ball. Ball's there. So is Harris. Here comes Falkingham back up top. Harris on the bottom. He'll throw the block on Ball. Falkingham with a bump there is also Ward is up in the top 5 again in 3.
John Ward there down here. Wow, jumps down. Good God almighty. I think that was Aiden Howard. Come down, thought he was clear, and he was not. By a mile, comes down, door bangs the hell out of Harris, but they're able to straighten it out and keep it going. John Ward now, he's on the outside, leading outside lane. He's up top of Falkenham. Ball leads him. Nope, Ward's going all the way to the front. He's got Howard lined up right behind him. Howard trying to take him for a ride. A lot of them going for some fantastic rides on that top side. I believe that is where you want to be when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, West Allen. Inside lane really ain't the one that's advancing. It's that outside lane.
Work down the back straightaway, down to the inside, up top side. Here comes now Howard. Aiden Howard, his first time in the Kroger, number 55, the double nickel on the outside, leading here in dual dose. He got a wiggle, a little wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble from the Sega car. Scrange now. Just like that car, the purple car of Nick Simple. First time now, watching him climb to the front. Gives him a shot, gives him a bump, and Howard now opens the door to John Ward to the inside to go to the lead.
Boy, I'm going to end up having to get me some Capri Sun when this thing's all said and done. I'm going to have nightmares about it, to be honest with you. Oh, good God, John Ward almost had a hell of a nightmare with Josh Ball. Ball smacks him straight in the back end, knocks him up the hill. Either that or Ward saw the run coming and wanted to put the block on him. Either way, Josh Ball down on the bottom side with Falkenham and Harrison Little as Ball goes to the front here at Daytona.
Closing in on halfway in 3 more laps. Ward on the outside. He's got help. That's the 55 of Howard. Chevrolet, Ford, Chevrolet, Ford, top 5 as they work their way now side by side. Here comes that move now. Watch that purple 75, Nick Sipple. First time we've mentioned his name tonight, and he's now making noise. The driver from Chicago, Illinois, the Malik Ray Motorsports entry from the Windy City. Up on the high side. Ward on the bottom and halfway is quickly approaching Jacob out of Ford.
Yeah, Nick Sipple up on the top side trying to make it happen. Aiden Howard down on the bottom side as well with John Ward, Ball, Falkingham. You got Cody Nagels up here in this mix. Stephen Miles smack dab in the middle of it with Andrew Harris and MDW, the weatherman. Matthew David Wood smack dab in the middle of this bad boy as well, riding up on the top side, trying to make something happen in that 16. There you see him, the youngster from Nicholas, West Virginia. Matthew David Wood, a prime young prospect and a great road racer, to be honest with you. Be looking good on the Tuesday night series. MDW, Matthew David Wood, smack dab in the middle of this hornet's nest up here at the front.
Here they come now, side by side, working their way to the inside. Here comes now the auto zone entry. Get in the zone, the auto zone. First time now leading. Ethan Eckert's Ford. Mustang thunders through the trioval. 1 lap away to halfway. It'll be 75 miles completed and 75 miles to go as Eckert goes high. He'll go low. He'll throw the block on Nagels on the outside. Simple on the bottom with Ward, and so is also Howard. And now Nagels with the 24 miles working the outside. Slow car up ahead. Clear a path as Ward goes top.
Goodness almighty, there is some hard bumping, hard racing up here at the front. Here tonight at Daytona. Up at the front, Ethan Eckert coming out of nowhere. Up here at the front, mixing it up. Nick Sipple there as well. Aiden Howard, John Ward, outside lane starting to die off at this point. Cody Nagels may have to try to regroup, regather, and get it back going. He's got some help behind him, but they got to get it going. That inside lane is starting to pull away with Ethan Eckert, Nick Sipple, and Aiden Howard.
Way home, 30 down, 30 to go, 75 miles remain. Top 5, Eckert, Sipple, Howard, Ball, Falkingham, now just passed by Ward. Bottom 5 of the top 10 is Nagels, Falkingham, Wood, Harris, Johnson. All this going on as they're down the back, straightaway ready for the second half in Duel 2.
Front 2 single file, everybody else is double file with Howard on the bottom, Ward up top. Nagels, good God, Nagels wearing out John Ward. He had to save it in the middle of 3 and 4, able to get it straightened back out as they are still too wide through the rest of the field. A couple of them doing a little lane swapping back there as now front 5 getting single file. Falkingham, now Harris gets clear. Ward trying to get this top lane rolling, but not enough help, not enough of pushing, not enough of close combat, I guess you could say. Need to get up there on the back end, and Cody Nagels may be overheating, trying as hard as he can. Inside lane's just got too much momentum.
Into that third turn, watch Eckert's car now starts to pull away from Sipple. And now he's got Howard right there in tow. Ball has been right there in striking distance of the number 1 Red Bull machine. And watch Ward's car now, the 92, with a help from now Cody Nagels on the outside lane. All this going on as we close in on under 30 remaining. Eckert on the bottom. He's the new leader. And Jacob, several times this week, we've seen Eckert's AutoZone number 12 be a Pied Piper, be up there in the front. Somehow, just struggling at the end to find victory. He did what he needed to do to finish, to make it into the duels. But now we're seeing how strong the car is right now on the number 12.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan Eckert really trying to show that muscle for what could happen for him tomorrow night for the NASRA 500 King of Daytona. He leads with obviously John Ward and Cody Nagels right behind him. Nick Sipple now in that side-by-side battle with MDW, Matthew David Wood. Now front 4. Now it's Howard below on the inside of obviously MDW. Howard, very, very nice run for Aiden Howard here tonight, trying to make something happen here tonight. And obviously sitting in the 7th spot. Damn, where did Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson come from? Out of nowhere up here with MDW. NASRA boys trying to get her done up on the outside.
Back straightaway into the third turn, up high. Here comes now the 16 with a big
MBW
push
in the
there.
lead.
Whoa, hold on. Matthew David Wood, new
The
leader.
Weatherman.
Left traffic up high. Clear a
And
path
Ryan
at the
Johnson.
pick. And now Ryan
Holy
Johnson,
shit, where'd they
who
come from?
spun earlier in the race, Jacob Reed. He's now up to the lead with 25 to go next time by.
Goodness, Tiny Horse Ryan
Good
Johnson, not anymore. Now Asher Little's going to throw a haymaker, jump to the bottom. Miles Bagley going to line up on the back door of the number 38 and trying to make it happen any way that they can. It's side by side. It's Johnson, Little. Now Bagley shoves him clear. Wheaties, Wesley, you talked about it. I think he had his Wheaties this morning. He might have had them right before dual race number 2 presented by DSR Electric. And good God almighty, Evan Carbon going to the lead at 3 and 4.
Leaders, new faces, new places up to the front. Ryan Johnson, the pride out of Salem, Wisconsin, a 41-time winner, fourth on the all-time win list of NASRA winners since the sanctioning body created in 2020. He now leads. He's got now Curtis Banks up high. Oh, they squeeze and run out of room as now Charlie Morgan is back into the battle again along with Miles Bagley out of 2.
Johnson still leads him down the back chute. Call bond right there with Curtis Banks sliding up here, getting his name called. Charlie Morgan back into this thing. We saw him getting spun around earlier. Charlie Morgan up here sitting inside the top 5 trying to make it happen. Nick Simple, good God, oh no. Banks almost lost it. Morgan almost tagged him right in the shorts at 3 and 4, but he's able to straighten him out. Oh, baby, I'm telling you, Wesley, they are driving like it is the last 5 laps, and we still got 25 laps to go.
Still a very long time left to go in this one as they work their way again back across the stripe when they come out of 4 to the line.
Oh,
it's Johnson.
is
Oh,
that-
no, crash! Banks is in the wall. Cars crashing. The big one out of turn 2. Sipple, Newton, Ward, Miles.
Shit.
More cars called up in it than cars that avoided it. Big trouble. Vondell's car off the pace in the 59 Napa colors. So is also the 99.
Wow.
Of John Darnell. Unbelievable.
I think Banks is the one he kind of got hooked
That was
and got
Brandon
hooked
Waller.
there. There it is right there,
Yeah, look at this.
77.
Charlie Morgan. Morgan into Banks.
77.
Bounces off a little. Simple into John Ward. Peacock gets a piece of it. So do others. And it just implodes from there. Oh, my
77.
goodness. Wow.
Well,
Wow.
Well, Wesley, you know, we talk about it all the time with these next-gen cars. You can do pushing. You can push in the corners, but you got to hit them square. You can't be all over the place. Banks got the shot. Might have got knocked up the hill. Yeah, he got a little bit squirrely, and Morgan ends up tagging him in the left rear, gets into Asher Little. Asher Little, wow, he is lucky he didn't completely get obliterated right there. But Curtis Banks did hit the wall head on over in turn 1 and 2, and once again another free-for-all. Spiceman Chris Sentiment, unfortunately a former DSR Electric Truck Series champion, getting involved in this one as well. There's Josh Ball, Kenneth McCullough Jr. getting involved back there in the 03. Others sliding through. You see Falk and them trying to slide through. There's Dustin Cowan. All this by a bad bump draft gone wrong over in 1 and 2.
I'll show the car.
Chris Cinnamon, the Spice Man, Mark Vondell, and others. You're on board now with Chris Cinnamon. Let's take a listen.
Oh, nothing.
Where do you go?
Milliseconds.
Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go
Milliseconds.
for the season champion of the DSR Electric NASRA Truck Series, the Spice Man, Chris Cinnamon before. This is on board with McCullough. This was in the back, but watch how he still gets collected. Watch this and listen. I mean, you see the trouble,
He gets hit from behind. I
and
think.
then you see him get hit from behind by the 41 of Calvert. I mean, it's literally everybody on the binders, Jacob. And even though you're missing the accident, the cause and effect of it causes a chain of events and a series of sequences where you're involved and you're not even amongst the big wreck where it happens. It's everybody checking up behind them.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Wesley. You know, and I've drove these next gen cars here on iRacing. The braking on these things, I'll just be honest with you, it sucks. The braking is absolutely terrible when you get yourself
You're
in
not supposed to
situations
brake.
trying to lock it down. Well, I
When
mean,
you got
yeah,
no
I mean, you're
corners.
not supposed to brake at Daytona, but when you get in these
mean,
types of situations,
only
you
pit
got to
lane.
hit the brakes, and it's just hard to lock it down when you're up in excess of over 190 miles an hour, and the braking's not that good. You try to lock it down, you got to put it all the way on the floor, and it just will not stop. You got to worry about locking the brakes up. If you do, you'll slide up, hit the wall. Just so many factors out of that. But the braking on these cars, like I said, it is not the best in the world. And that may have been what happened with Calvert getting into Kenneth McCullough Jr., ended up sending him around.
Closing in on the final 50 miles and 2/3 remaining at Daytona. We step away, take a break. Still a long way to go to decide this one. The Cheesehead from Salem, Wisconsin, up in front, representing the NASRA, baby.
Premier Racing Setups. I hope Premier Racing Setups do pay these guys. We've been promoting them for a couple of years now. I mean, we play
Premier
like,
Racing
we
Setups,
play,
We
play their ads so many. I played their ads probably about 5,000 fucking times now.
Well, I got,
Pay.
yeah.
We got beef.
Yeah, fuck those guys. Fuck those guys. They kicked me out of their damn setup chat.
Bud. I mean, we give them so much promotion.
I promoted them too, and they kicked me out of their damn setup chat. Fuck them.
You did what now?
I used to get setups to promote them and everything else. They kicked me off the damn race team because I ain't been racing. I've been broadcasting too much, and I ain't been racing and promoting their shit. But I've been promoting them on the podcast and on NASRA and everything else. And they've still fucked me. They kicked me out of their race team, so fuck them. I mean, I know they're with NASRA and everything else, but other than that,
bullshit,
yeah, fuck them.
You shouldn't kick somebody that can promote your fucking legals. I mean, your product. Let's go live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here in Daytona. Yeah, baby, rock out. Yeah.
With you.
We're jamming, baby. We're jamming. Miles Bagley, now the new leader of the Wheaties Colors machine, up 36 spots to the lead. There's the damaged vehicle policy. Drivers making repairs and how much time it's took on the clock to fix it. Where they are on the racetrack right now. Miles Bagley is the leader. Ryan Johnson second. Asher Little third. Matthew Little fourth. Ethan Eckert fifth. Cody Nagels, Aiden Howard, Aaron Smith, Andrew Santo, and Chris Blanchard, Jacob Reeves. The top 10 as they come back to the line. Jacob Reeves with 20 laps to go.
Come on, Chris.
It's time by, buddy. Time to settle it
Chris.
here.
Yeah, this is when the nitty gritty really ends up kicking off right here. I mean, obviously, I talked about it, dual race number 1. I'm saying it here, dual race number 2. The pushes are going to get more aggressive. The moves are going to get more aggressive, and the blocking's going to get more aggressive. Everybody's going to be slicing and dicing, trying to make it their last-ditch effort for some of them to make it into the King of Daytona NASRA 500 tomorrow night.
Come on, Chrissy. Come on, Ryan. I'm sponsoring Ryan, actually, next year. Well, for the other
Ready
big
to come back to green as it again, Ryan Johnson brings them back to the restart. Back on their way. 20 laps remaining. 50 miles to go. 100 miles, 40 laps complete. And it is on like Donkey Kong. Watch now the front. Let's see what goes on with Johnson. He's got Matthew David Wood from Nicholas, West Virginia. Another NASRA regular, 1 and 2. Miles Bagley in the Wheaties Colors on the outside with the help of Asher Little and company. Down the super stretches, they get back to full song, Jacob.
Yeah, they are absolutely trying to slug it out. Johnson down on the inside. Miles Bagley. How about MDW? Matthew David Wood trying to mix it up as well. Miles Bagley, Ethan Eckert, Asher Little, the top 5. Bagley trying to roll the top side. NASRA boys trying to mix it up as no, Bagley gets tagged, and we got another spin.
Yeah, Bagley's out.
In trouble, Smith in trouble, Cowan in trouble inside of the racetrack. Caution is out, 18 to go. You saw it happen, Jacob, go wrong in turn number 4. Now, let me say, Bagley got collected, but he's still able to continue in the number 87 of Miles Bagley.
Yeah, there you see Bagley right here trying to roll right here. Yeah, he just gets tagged. Little tags him right there on the exit. That's another place you really don't want to do a whole lot of bumping. Tagged him so hard it knocked him sideways straight up into the outside retaining wall. Knocked the fender off of the Wheaties machine. And Bagley's going to have some serious damage to try to get fixed. Cody Nagel's right there behind it. Watch Dustin Cowan down here on the bottom side as well. You see all that happen. And bam, Cowan and others, they slide down to the inside lane. That's where the caution ends up kicking off. But Bagley just absolutely destroying the right side of his car. And a couple others sliding around back there. Meza almost gets involved in it as well. But Dustin Cowan was on the inside. That was where they really, I believe, race directors called the caution was for Cowan getting spun down on the apron.
Another look from another angle as we again watch the 87 of Bagley. Boy, he could have been in big trouble. And there was a smack off the wall. And then we see Cowan and Smith take each other down all the way to the inside Armco barrier. Look at the impact for Cowan's car. Smith glancing blow off the inside safer barrier. Nowhere to go for him. The 20 car might have a lot more damage, Justin Cowan will, than the Smith car in the 70.
He needs some Home Depot repairs.
Aaron Smith, and that is the right we're under the yellow flag. So,
Do you reckon get some parts down in Home Depot?
Get some parts to fix his car, I guess, at Home Depot. That's what Dean's saying.
I mean, you got Home Depot. You got Get in the Zone. Oh, that's two separate companies. You know, you got AutoZone and Home Depot.
Sponsored by.
Well, ironically enough, in a small town, they might be right down the damn road from one another in a small
exactly
town.
right.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna bust his ass.
Let's call Ron Johnson in for an interview. He'd love that.
Oh. Let's bring in Ryan Johnson.
Don't
no,
No.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
Oh,
Not yet. No.
Man, I told you, damn you, Dean. I'm like Ron Burgundy, man. I read what's on the teleprompter. I listen to
We're
what you're saying right
entertainers,
here.
okay? It's
He
our
wants
job.
me to. He wants me to talk to. He wanted me to talk to you know,
Tiny horse.
Cheesehead.
Tiny horse,
Yeah, where the hell did that come from? Tiny horse.
Well,
Ryan
Didn't
Johnson,
they?
Cheesehead. He's
Well,
Cheesehead.
I don't know.
well, if
From
you want to talk,
Wisconsin.
well, Wesley, if you want to talk about the entertainment value and everything else, I mean, Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson, I had him on the door bank and download. He told us the story. It's been a while, but he told us the story about how he got the nickname Tiny Horse, and it pretty much stuck. But I tell you what,
That's why you need to do your show again. Okay, quit playing hooky with everybody and
What
get
was
back
it?
on
I
the
did one
air
up a while
and
back.
do
What
the
was
door
it?
bang and download. There you
Why
go.
did they call him the Tiny Horse?
Hell, I can't remember. It was so long ago when we made the episode. But I will say this: if you want, Dean's over there saying we're entertainers and everything, so I'll give you a little bit of entertainment right here.
We got beef.
There is guys that has beef out of all this. No, there's guys I guarantee you that's got beef, like Dustin Cowan right there. Some of these guys are just straight up innocent bystanders, just riding along, taking their time, and I guarantee you they have beef when it's out of their control. I mean, it's super speedway racing. We know this. It's super speedway racing. Something's going to happen. Something's going to end up screwing them over. They just don't want to be a part of it. But if it's, you know, they don't want to be a part of somebody else's mistake. When you see it on a mile and a half, 9 times out of 10, you don't get caught up in it. 9 times out of 10 at Daytona or Talladega, somebody screws up, they're going to take about 10 of them with them. That's the product of super speedway racing, but when you're this close to having a shot to making it to the big race tomorrow night, the King of Daytona, the NASRA 500, and you get caught up in somebody else's mess, it will tick you off. Big time, 9 ways to Sunday. It will absolutely make you drive yourself nuts being that closest. Now I got more. Meza texting and driving.
You have beef.
Yeah, well
Stop
I don't. They do.
Everybody, let's bring
Stop
Ron Meza in
texting
real
John.
quick.
Look, he's not even paying attention. He could crash.
He's about to crash into the wall, man. I'm about to. Yeah.
Does he even know he's
Don't
on
do it.
camera? Don't do it, bro.
What do you mean? Don't do it. Don't do it. He
You got
knows I
called to cut
will.
the phone down.
He's texting. He's got 2 phones. He's got a second phone. He's like Walter Whitman, wasn't it, in Breaking Bad? He's got a second
is.
phone.
He is. He is. Attention, attention. This is the NASRA
His
police.
wife's going to be coming
Please
and going,
stop
have you got a
texting
second
and
phone?
driving. Raul Meza, please stop texting and driving.
Hey
I
guys,
think
how's
he
it going?
admonished you.
What are you doing? What are you doing,
Oh
Raul?
man, I got caught
Hey.
red-handed. Sorry,
Raul,
guys.
not only have you got one phone, you got two phones while you're trying to drive. What are you doing? Multitasking? Working
Oh, man,
surf, bro?
trying to run business at the same time.
There you go. Running
You're going
business.
green.
There you go. Go get him, Raul. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, thank you guys.
There you go.
Going to murder you.
Only you can prevent iRacing and texting. Let's go back to green. That's Raul Meza, by the way. As we go back underway for restart. 16 laps to go. Ryan Johnson on the inside. Here comes the tiny horse. I call him the cheesehead from Salem, Wisconsin. Right behind him, Matthew David Wood. Jacob, you call him MDW. They're right there, 1 and 2 on the back straightaway.
Yeah, MDW, the weatherman, however you want to look at it. Ethan Eckert right behind him. Asher Little, Chris Blanchard with that toy company trying to mix it up as well. Tiny Johnson, Rod Johnson, Tiny Horse, however the hell you want to look at it. He is leading them here at Daytona. Front 5 single file. They're double wide behind them.
Here they come. 35 miles remain. 15 to go across the stripe. And all the while, it is still Johnson in the lead. Johnson up front with Wood second, followed by Eckert. And then, of course, Little. What a strong run for him. Now we mentioned Chris Blanchard sponsors the NASRA 500 King of Daytona tomorrow. And right now, the man out of Clinton, Maine, Jacob Reed, formerly from Maine, moving soon up to Connecticut or Loudon, Mass, New Hampshire, actually, should I say. It's in the top 5, trying to get up into this battle with these guys. Blanchard's there.
Yeah, I mean, Blanchard is, and Blanchard's kind of one of those underrated drivers in NASRA. Very, very good on the super speedways when we race on Monday through Friday nights here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. But another aggressive driver's been racing a little bit on the Friday night series. It's Ethan Eckert. Eckert up top. He's got Nagels behind him. Eckert to the front. Johnson, Wood trying to find something, trying to get anything going, but Eckert, Nagels, and Howard trying to get the top side as now Eckert drops down to the bottom.
Cody Nagels.
Listen to the revs when they get pushed.
Listen to the rev limiter on these engines as they're pushing it to max capacity as they gave a shot to Eckert on the inside. Eckert now from Chicago, Illinois, down to the inside, opens the door to the outside lane. Here comes Cody Nagels, the number 6 from Rolla, Missouri. We had a Colorado driver win earlier, Morrison, Colorado. Max Denda, he won. What's going to go on now is one of these Midwest Coast guys, or the, if you will, Midwest drivers battle. It's Eckert on the inside as they go out of turn 2 again, Jacob.
And Johnson almost ended up getting into Cody Nagels. Remember what we've been talking about, folks, with some of these guys really be able to slam draft and, you know, just lock bumpers onto these next-gen cars. Johnson on that bottom side, you will see him eventually have to poke up to the top side to try to get air on the spoiler of that number 38, or on the front splitter of that number 38. You'll watch him slide up a little bit. He's got to get some clean air to it, and he's got all the clean air he can get, but he's going to drop back down right in behind Eckert. You're going to see that a lot, but the problem is that topside side draft is so hard getting down on his door. He slides up, they come down. That's when you end up seeing some big crashes, and that's just the product of this car and this type of racing.
Trunkled front nose on the 101 of Asher Little. How much damage is on that car? How will it hurt him? He's got that second line going on the outside. And now Ethan Eckert saw it forming through the block on Nagels. Nagels goes for the crossover like a dirt track racer. Goes for the slaughter on the inside. He'll make the move on Eckert. It's going to be Cody Nagels with a push by Johnson out of 4.
Inside lane starting to advance with Cody Nagels down there, as well as Tiny Horse Rod Johnson up top. Eckert, Scott Howard lined up behind him. And how about Andrew Santo up here in the 06, smack dab behind him, smack dab in the middle of this situation with 11 laps to go, trying to get himself into the NASRA 500 King of Daytona tomorrow night, right in behind Howard. Now Eckert got Nagels, and also everybody third lane starting to work up here on this top side. It is led by Stephen Miles in the 24.
And I'm getting hungry. They got Capri Suns. They got little bikes. They got prom water ice popsicles. Look at all this good stuff. Yummy treats, good to eat. Working off turn 4. Here comes down Cody Nagels. The friend entry, number 6 Chevrolet, gives a big push to Eckert. Cross the line, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps to go. 25 miles remain. Here we go. Whoa!
MDW in the pit road.
Matthew David Wood down to the inside of the racetrack. Matthew David Wood behind the double yellow line. He will not trigger a caution. We race on the battle for the lead in 2.
Good Lord have mercy. 3 wide. Some of them getting in the sucker hole. Tiny Horse Rod Johnson's the one that's there. He's got Dylan Alt lined up behind him. Cody Nagels is there. Aiden Howard. Stephen Miles, the one that led the outside charge. He is smack dab up here at the front. Aiden Howard there as well as we got a serve pro caution.
Caution out, trouble on the racetrack. Trouble for the man of the 29th position. It's Peacock. Taylor Peacock spinning. Maybe some other cars might have been involved as well, but the caution out for Peacock.
Oh, it must have happened up the road, but...
Might have been Matthew David Wood, MDW, Peacock and Wood. They might have got into one another. This is the part for the NASRA guys in the back. No, there's a spin in the front. What's up in front?
Who's spinning backwards?
The number 58 machine spun of Evan Carlbon. And that's what caused Taylor Peacock to check up. Another look at it again.
Yeah.
Watch this one more time. That 75. Is Big Simple in to Carlbon, bouncing off of McCullough. Everybody going high and low to miss him. The 90 couldn't get away from it, though, of Dave Colbert, and that causes the caution to come out.
And that's just super speedway racing right there, Wesley Outland. Wow. Just a bad situation right there for obviously the 58 75. Of Evan Carlbon. Watch it again. There's Sipple. Sipple taking a shot, tries to go 3 wide, but the hole closes up. And there it was. I mean, Carlbon coming down. Sipple tried to come up. He saw the hole, but it just closed up so fast. He ends up tagging him in the left rear, sends him around. And Dave Calvert just trying to miss it, trying to lock it down, not able to do it. And that's one of those situations where they come up the track and then they slide back down. I mean, that's just the forces of gravity. Carlbon just didn't slide down. MDW missed Carlbon by an inch. He already got knocked out of it a while ago by Andrew Santo. He almost got completely obliterated right there on Carlbon in the 58. That could have been detrimental. Watch this right here, right on board. I guarantee you he's got to check his shorts when this thing's all said and done.
And Jacob, if Dean can, I wonder if he can. Yeah, you see, he's okay. Just almost got bounced by Carlbon. I wonder if we could go back in reverse, though. And let's go back to what happened to Matthew David Wood a lap going into turn 1 when he got shuffled out of line. That's the one that I really want to show our audience. Watch this right here. Watch the blue car. And Jacob, that's exactly what happened to Matthew David Wood, which got him eliminated from the game. Watch it one more time, man. They come to 10 to go, and it became like a friggin' madhouse. 4 or 5 wide they were fighting for it here. Look at the contact with the 06.
Yeah, I mean, but, Dylan Auld actually got into the back of Santo and sent him down into Wood. I mean, for a second, when I saw it, I thought Santo just thought he was clear and was going to jump down in front of Wood. But no, Auld hit him so hard, it got him in the left rear and knocked him sideways straight down into Wood. And that's what ended up initiating the contact and sending MDW Matthew David Wood all the way to the back. He has got a long drive to try to get back up there. He's back there with Peacock. Peacock pretty good on the super speedways. Wood's pretty good on the super speedways too, but they're back there in the 24th and 25th spots. They got a long road ahead of them.
If you're listening on the West Coast or on the East Coast, this race is going to be decided after the midnight hour.
Good morning, guys. I just want to warn you, traffic is tough out there.
We are here for you to tell you how to keep safe,
Everybody who is listening needs to take cover as soon as they can.
to provide the music, talk, and sports you love, and to deliver the news that matters to you. We are the voices you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress you depend on your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
Lights off on the pace car as we welcome you back to coverage from Daytona iRacing and the NASRA 500 King of Daytona, presented by that towing company, Blanchard's Towing and Recovery. I'm Wesley Outland, redneck announcer Jacob Reeves alongside for the special Speed Week event. We also have Bigglestein Hopton on production, and Jacob Katie bar the door. I think you just opened the opportunity for more crazy chaos excitement to happen here in DSR Electric Duel number 2. There is still plenty of racing remaining. 6 laps to go when they come back to the restart zone.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to get down to the nitty-gritty like I was talking about a while ago. 6 to go, and it's going to be interesting. Raul Meza, I think he just threw both of the phones to the side. He ain't worried about texting nobody right now. Business be damned at this point. He'll worry about them later. Nope, never mind. He just pulled the phone up. I figured he would try to jinx me when I tried that. But Meza is in a pretty good spot right now, sitting in 9th. And check out below him, Kenny Real in the 11. At one point, he was way back there in the back. He is literally leading everybody on the damage repair. He was up to like 4 minutes or something like that. Kenny Real up here in prime position to try to help himself. Look right there, 5 minutes of repairs, and he's up to 9th. That is outstanding.
Wow.
5.5 minutes, and he's back into the top 10. Keep an eye on these guys, and remember, you only got to be in the top 14 finishing positions besides the qualifying winners of Sunday through Thursday. Back to green. 6 laps to go here at Daytona. Ready to settle it here in the DSR Electric Duel 2. Aiden Howard in the Kroger snacks and fruit juices entry. Got all the different sponsors on the car. Now leads them on the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Miles. Back up in the game again with Johnson and all as they work the back straightaway. And so is Kenny Real, as you mentioned, Jacob. Single file to 3.
Front 4 now, front 5, single file. Last one, that is Kenny Real, as we were talking about him, sitting in the 5th spot. Right behind him, you got Goodpasture, Jeffrey Goodpasture. I haven't talked about him all race long, sitting up here in the 6th spot. 3rd lane starting to form back there with Kenneth McCullough Jr. trying to lead him, but not a whole lot of help. Howard leads, Miles, Johnson on, and Goodpasture now sliding up into the 5th spot.
5 laps to go. Down to the inside, it is Aiden Howard. Miles will follow. So will Johnson. Kenny Real inside. Here comes Ryan Johnson. He'll poke out of line. Like a bear waking up from hibernation. Here comes the tiny horse. And a block is thrown by Howard. He said access denied. And here comes now open door for Stephen Miles. 4 laps to go as they come out of turn 4. 10 miles remain as they come thundering through the tri-oval. 3 wide. Will we go? We will not. Howard's got no friends. Like the lyrics to the Tom Petty song, he is free falling as they go back into one with Johnson leading.
Good Lord, Howard literally was in a prime position to lock himself in to the NASRA 500 tomorrow night. Now he is going to be in a very bad spot. He may be watching from the sidelines coming tomorrow night. Tiny Horse, Rod Johnson, Stephen Miles up here. Kenny Real, pretty good spot for him. Dylan On, Jeffrey Goodpasture, Astor Little, everybody trying to work their way up here. 3 laps to go. Johnson, Miles, single file, double wide through the rest of the field.
Remember, Still a chance at a green-white checker if need be, or will we finish this thing under green? 3 laps to go now. Working inside, it is Johnson. Miles will follow, and look at the scrum and the scramble build behind the leaders as they hit the 31 degrees of bacon in turn 1.
Double wide. Here comes Miles. Here comes Alt. They're trying to get it going up here on the top side. Stephen Miles up to the front here at Daytona. Johnson, Kenny Real trying to get this inside lane rolling. Miles jumps down. We got a spinner in the back. Caution is out.
33
Trouble.
I think it is.
Back straight away. Those drivers that were fighting for position, McCullough is one of them. He might have got the short end of the stick. He might be the last man standing on the super stretch, but it has forced the inevitable. Late race caution is what I was going to say, will now cause us to go to a green-white checker here in DSR Electric Duel 2. Watch this scramble coming down the super stretch, Jacob.
Yeah, this is absolutely a straight-up scramble. I mean, they knew that they was getting down like I was talking about the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
Damn, up the road. Josh Ball gets hooked. Meza, John Ward right there in it as well. And Kenneth McCullough Jr., innocent bystander, gets tagged by Calvert. Calvert has literally turned into a damn pinball here as of late throughout this week. He has been himself in bad situations in the 41. But Kenneth McCullough Jr. gets the worst of it. Watch right here. You got the 41 of Calvert. He's got Carl Bomb behind him. All of it transpires. And Josh Ball just gets tagged right there in the right rear, gets set up, Meza up the road. And Calvert just trying to hold on, go as low as he can. Low. Nope, can't do it. And he hit Kenneth McCullough Jr. very, very hard. And he is going to be in a bad spot out of that one. But wow.
But give props to the number 41 Freedom entry of Clover, South Carolina's David Calvert, the junior. He did not hit the wall. He didn't hit the inside. He just went to the bottom of the racetrack. So even though he got scrambled up with these cars of Ward and McCullough and Meza, he was still able to miss all of this. The 41. Watch this one more time as we see all this happening. John Ball right there, bouncing off of Raw Meza. John Ward continues on. McCullough and the other McCullough to the inside. Buzzing Mongold with a great piece of driving below the apron. And there's the one with just the damage right there for the 41 of Colbert on the 03 of Kenneth McCullough's car. But Jacob, remember, here's the thing. You just got to try to finish in the top 14. And what I mean by top 14 is you just got to be the 14 drivers beside the qualifiers of earlier this week to make the race. We saw how crazy and chaotic Duel 1 was at the finish. By God Almighty, I think we're about to have a remake.
Yeah, this is going to get good right here. Literally, it is wide open right here, folks. I mean, you throw all the stats out the door, throw, the odds, the pickers. I talked about it the other night. Great. It would be awesome to have Tyler Dittmer in here having, the odds on favorites, to win the NASRA 500. Throw all that out the door. I mean, that's gone at this point. This is what it matters. It is good old-fashioned green, white, checkered racing at Daytona, and nobody knows who the hell's going to win this thing. I mean, it could be Johnson, could be Miles, could be Dylan Alt. We saw it in dual race number 1. Max Denda, I don't even think he was in the damn top 10, and he comes out and wins it. So, I mean, if he wasn't even in the top 10 when he come off turn 40, ends up winning the damn thing. So, anybody on the lead lap has got a shot to win dual race number 2, and anybody that's up here at the front that is currently locked in by virtue of not having an LCQ win or a win this week, anybody that's already locked in can easily get knocked straight out of this thing. It's going to be a wild green, white, checkered.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we get ready for a shootout here in Daytona. What is it that song says? After midnight, we're going to let it all hang out. And we still got 2 laps to decide it here in DSR Electric. Duel number 2. We step away from Daytona. The finish when we come back.
Thought you were I thought you were doing your on the hour.
No, you're eating, ain't you? You're eating your food, ain't you? You ain't
I'm eating
snack.
my food, but I thought you were doing on the. I thought you were doing. It's lunchtime. I thought you were doing on your hour.
No, I've already done the top of the hour shit. I already done
that. You did the top of the hour shit. It's fucking top of the hour right now.
Dean, who sings that song?
3 minutes
Who sings that song?
But after midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out.
Let Dean, do you know?
Shit, we after midnight, we'll let it hang out. I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Well,
After
fucking
midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton, EC, baby.
Eric Clapton. All right, I met him.
Eric Clapton, baby, come on.
I met him in an airline lounge one time. I sat across from him and said, "Is it you, Eric?" And he goes, "Yeah, man. All right, how you going, mate?"
You Eric?
Wipe your fucking ass off.
I'm not shitting you. I did. I met the Eurythmics. I've met him. I've met who was it? Santana in the American Airlines Lounge.
Carlos Santana.
Yeah. I can tell you a fucking 100 people I've met.
What's the next thing you gotta say? You said met Buddy Holly and fucking Stevie Ray Vaughan?
5'4".
Yeah.
No, I'm not shitting you. I met him. I'm 5'4", 3, 2, 1. I just can't help it. You guys don't meet people. I mean, I did.
iRacing lies and videotapes. Collect the whole set.
I met Ron Jeremy's hand. I shook Ron Jeremy's hand a few times.
You met him? Really? You shook his hand? I don't know if I want to shake it. Not RJ's hand. My goodness. Welcome back to cover.
I'm telling you, I did. I used to work in the industry.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not kidding you.
Somebody help us, please. Shut up, Dean.
Okay.
Maybe drop my damn pin cap. Lost
drop
my
my
damn
Mountain Dew?
drop my pin cap. You made me drop my favorite pin. Here we go. Let's get it ready to settle it, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm eating.
5 miles, 2 laps to go. Remember.
Oh, let me go that way. They're wrecking already.
Will they throw a caution or will we stay green?
Way green.
They're going to say we're staying green. Jacob Reeves, this changes everything. Spinning tires, crashing on a restart with Eckert and others. Crashing out. We'll divulge into it. But right now, the leaders worked the back straightaway. They could have threw a caution, but they said, nope, we're staying green. And Alt is in the lead, Jacob, going to 3.
Not anymore. Here comes Jeffrey Goodpasture. I haven't talked about him all night long. Down to the inside. Asher Little beat all to hell on the front end of that Sundrop car. Coming to the white flag is Goodpasture and Dylan All. Cody Nagels, Asher Little behind him, and Cody Nagels, and also Stephen Miles.
Notice that the wreck is cleared up now as they come to the line. The Darren's Detail and Shine, 1 to go. Final time. Final lap until we set the lineup for the outside lane of the NASRA 500 King of Daytona. New names up in the front like Goodpasture, Little, Miles, back straight away. Final time. They're going at it.
Jeffrey Goodpasture up here at the front. Asher Little, Stephen Miles, Dylan Alt, Ryan Johnson. They make contact. Little tags Goodpasture. He's able to hold on to it. Stephen Miles up top with no help. It's all Jeffrey Goodpasture will be able to make it work.
Asher Little, Miles, Johnson, others behind them. Here comes Miles jumping out of line. He'll try to battle alongside. 3 wide. Here we go.
Jeffrey.
It is Goodpasture. The Napa number 60 from Indianapolis, Indiana, the world of speed, the home of speed. Jeffrey Goodpasture has won Duel 2. Miles and Alt gave a big push, a big send-off at the end, but ran out of time. 3 wide photo finish. Goodpasture is the winner.
Wow. What a race. And, and I will say, that there is some of them out there in the live chat wanting to see that there was a caution. Some of them wanting the caution to come out right there. If the caution would have come out, that would have ended the race. Just so they know. And I think maybe the race directors wanted this sucker to go green. They wanted to see a green flag finish. I'm sure the fans wanted to see it.
Behind them. And it happened behind them, right? I mean, the cars that were caught up in the accident, it had already happened. It had already started. If you were a part of it, there were already about a dozen or 14 cars that had already crossed the scoring loop. So they said, well, this will be cleared up by the time we come back. We're not going to throw a caution. And, you know, controversial if it may be, whether you thought there was a caution or should have been, should have, could have, would have, not, it's not our decision. We're just in the broadcast booth. But the powers that be said, look, I think we're going to keep it green, and when we come back around the other side, it'll be cleared up, and that's exactly what they decided. Jeffrey Goodpaster picks up the victory. It's Stephen Miles second, Dylan Alt third. That's what they're at least showing on the results. And that three-wide finish at the end. Asher Little, Cody Nagels, Ryan Johnson, Chris Blanchard. I bet your bottom dollar with a seventh-place finish. Chris Blanchard is in the NASRA 500. Nick Sipple, Kenny Real, Andrew Harris, Jacob, all in the top 10.
Yeah, and then Aaron Smith, we saw that 70 get caught up in a couple of instances here tonight. He may be good enough to get himself into the NASRA 500. Buzzy Mongo possibly as well. There's Joshua McCullough in 13th, Aiden Howard. He was up there at the front, got hung out, still able to fight back to get to the 14th spot. Spiceman Chris Cinnamon from Old Canada gets the 15th spot with MDW Matthew David Wood. Andrew Santo and Taylor Peacock rounded out the top 18, and 19th and 20th is Carson Freeman and Brock Westmoreland.
Dave Colbert, Ethan Eckert right there in the 22nd spot. Daniel Falkingham back to 23rd. Adam Newton 24th. Evan Carlbon top 25. Then it's Brandon Wallace, Josh Ball, Dylan Ast, followed by Richard Elliott and John Ward, all in the top 30. These were drivers that were up in the front in the late rally, but crashed out in the final restart.
And Kenneth McCullough Jr., he has already got him a win this week, so he will be racing in the NASRA 500 coming tomorrow night, but he finishes 31st here tonight in the duels with David Calvert and Raul Meza 32nd, 33rd. Mark Vondell, Miles Bagley with the Wheaties car. Apparently he didn't need enough of damn Wheaties. He ends up getting 35th with Dustin Cowan and Charlie Morgan 36th, 37th. Curtis Banks, Cameron Craighead, and Garrett Maines, the 40 drivers. John Darnell, the third, the 41st one, with Bray LaBeouf, Cody Knott, TJ Moore, Justin White, the race directors.
Well, we're gonna sort this out, and we will. We'll show you what happened with the restart with the big accident. But first, we got to grab the podium drivers of Goodpaster, Miles, and Alt. Stay with us. The Florida Cabinet Distributors Winner Circle Victory Lane podium interviews are coming up next. This is the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Jeffrey Goodpaster from Indianapolis has won DSR Electric Duel 2 at Daytona. We chat with him next.
Whew.
It's my afternoon laydown time now.
My fucking head is busting right now.
Boy, them people are pissed in the chat box, man.
Oh,
boy, oh
shit.
boy.
Well, just what it is.
Shit happens. What are you going to do?
Shake hands with Ron Jeremy.
Caution on the previous one.
I can't believe you
Did they?
Shit. Please
They didn't call the
please tell me you
caution on the
fucking remember.
previous one. Remember those guys that
No.
crashed at the back? Right at the back in the previous race? And they didn't call the caution on it?
Yeah,
At all?
they're keeping it consistent. I mean, you can't say shit about
Okay.
that. Well, I mean, I'd be the one.
Well, they
probably
did,
say
but they
something
did
about
call
that.
the caution on the one at the back. They did call it.
Oh, they did? Oh.
Yeah, they
wow.
did. And they didn't
But
on this
looking
one,
at the
which is what got
replay,
me
you could see
surprised.
that looking at the replay, you could see though that there was more than just one car that spun. It was multiple cars that got
Yeah,
involved
and
in
this
that
one there
accident
was
in the
too.
back. Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
this one.
How about
Remember, I actually
Indiana?
posted in the chat room. I posted in the chat room with Cody and stuff like that. So what do you call the caution on that one?
What'd he say? Mind you, none you,
You don't
none
read
you
that, do
business.
you? 05 came down the 51. That was it. But they were the right at the back. How'd they call the caution on that? And then I call the caution on this. Let's go live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, we welcome you back to Daytona as we have officially finished things up here with our second duel. Crazy finish. I know there's a lot of activity of questions in the chat box and giving their displeasures or their thoughts on the subject. And obviously, we have nothing to do with that, but we do have our drivers that we are going to speak with for post-race interviews. And we will be joined now by Indianapolis, Indiana's Jeffrey Goodpaster. Congratulations, man. You have punched your ticket in to the big race. Can you obviously, I know a lot of people are questioning what happened, but what's your take of it? And obviously putting yourself in a good spot to win here at the end. And, well, a caution did not come out. Some people said it shouldn't have, but obviously it had to have worked in your favor, Jeffrey, to climb to the front and get up there to win this thing, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Well, starting from the back, realized I needed to just buy my time and make my way to the front when the time was right. And when the time was right, that's when people started wrecking, and I started moving on up. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll just hang right here. And then I was going to be short on fuel. So, and then I pitted, got about maybe 5 extra gallons of fuel in the car. And then when it was just like the gates just went going, I just let it all hang out and then made my way to the front. And by that last accident, after that last restart, I don't know how to rule that. Honestly, if it was me, it'd be a yellow, but I'm not in charge of it. But yeah, I'm just glad to be in the front when the time was right and miss all that carnage.
Well, Jeffrey, congratulations to you, man. Get yourself a good night's rest. We'll see you tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, for the, of course, NASRA 500 King of Daytona. From Indianapolis, Indiana, the birthplace of speed, that is Jeffrey Goodpaster. Let's grab now second and third. Jacob Reeves is standing by with those drivers in post right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Standing by with Stephen Miles and also Dylan All. I'll talk to Dylan here in just a second. But Stephen, buddy, I mean, that last turn 4, I guess. I mean, just, damn, y'all were 3 wide. I mean, do you think maybe you could have made the move earlier, or do you think, you just tried whatever that you could? You was just, throwing it on the wall, seeing if it stuck. What was the whole process of trying to figure out a way to try to get up there and pass him?
Nah, you have to do everything timely matter in this car. So going too early, nah, it probably wouldn't have worked out. I think I did what I needed to do. The guy behind me, I mean, when the leader threw the block, it kind of pushed me 3 and gave a gap to the guy behind me, and I didn't want to come down on his nose and wreck. But if I'd been able to stay in front of him, then I probably would have had the race. But Jeffrey Goodpass, he did a good job. He threw a good block to secure the win, and it wasn't nothing else I could do.
Absolutely. A 3 wide finish right there with Stephen Miles up on the top side. He comes home second. We'll go to third place finisher Dylan All. Good God, wow. I mean, it looked like, honestly, I thought he ended up having second, but it was so close. Dylan, buddy, wild finish right there. You get yourself into the NASRA 500 coming tomorrow night. Now what's the game plan? Because odds are you're going to start closer to the front with where your finish is right here. So what's the game plan coming tomorrow night for the NASRA 500 King of Daytona? Congratulations on third.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, the game plan for the 500 is just to keep a car clean. And in the duels, it was a longer race than the qualifiers or the heat races. And I was just trying to keep my car very clean, staying on the bottom and just wait it out. Once again, I was in a call with Falkingham and Cody and Josh, and they were all helping me. And Cody was already locked in, so this final restart, Cody just stayed behind me and pushed me because I had front end damage, but I don't know how much that would kill me. So luckily I had him behind me and just pushing me to the end. I wasn't really trying to go for the win or anything. I just wanted to stay in the top 12 or wherever we needed to be to make it in. And yeah, it worked well. So yeah, for the 500, just keep it clean. Try to learn even more things from Cody and then Josh and Falkingham, and get my good pit stops in because I feel like we're bound to have green flag pit stops and just have a nice pit stop. Don't get any black flags or anything, and just try to just keep a clean race. And if I get into the money spots, that would be great. But if I just keep it clean and finish, I'll be happy with that.
Sacramento, California, Dylan All coming home with third here tonight. Congratulations on the run. Back to you, Wesley.
Thank you.
Well, there's the thoughts of the three drivers. Good Pastor Miles and Alt sounds like a law firm. That's how they finish at the end of the DSR Electric Duel number 2. And those drivers have obviously punched their ticket in by either being qualifying race winners or finishers of the top 14 on the outside of the starting lineup for tomorrow night's duels. Tonight for the big 500 tomorrow. All right, so before we go any further, I want to see the restart if we can. Mr. Engineer Dean, if you want to kill the music, we'll set it up for the shootout later before we go off the air. But I want to indulge in this thing. Jacob, I know a lot of people are questioning this, and let us be very frank. We're just broadcasters. That's all we are. We have no call of the shots on anything, but here's the replay. Looked like some guys were brake checking, spinning tires, maybe trying to stack up one behind the other, and you notice that all the cars, okay, and I want to tell you this looking at it, all the cars from the 39 of Falkingham to Eckert all are collected in this wreck. You can first see that. You see how every car's crashed? And I think, honestly, that's the reason why Jacob Race Control said, nope, we're not throwing a green flag. We're not throwing a caution, I meant to say. We're not throwing a caution. We're going to stay green. By the time we get back around the other side, this accident's going to be cleared up. And I think they're going to say we're not throwing a caution because of the stupidity of some of the moves that was made on the racetrack. I really do, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100% on that. I mean, it's just some of the moves that we've seen here tonight, some of them have been stupid. I'll call it, like I see it. Wesley, you know that I will call it like I see it. And some of the moves tonight have been stupid. And, from what we saw right there, it looked like maybe just everybody just so damn tight. I know you got to be tight with these next-gen cars to be able to get going, but on these restarts, we're hearing, possibly some games was being played on the restart. We'll watch and see how everybody just stacks up so damn hard with people brake checking. You see right there, Harris right there, the 87 looked like he might have got into the 06 of Santo, knocked him sideways, which set him up into Falkenham, which set everybody around. Everybody just jamming into one another on these restarts. And I mean, I don't think there was any games. I think it was just poor restarts out of the whole deal. Does somebody just making a poor judgment on the restart?
You don't think there was brake checking going on? You don't think it was
games? Look at this.
No, spinning tires. You just think somebody spun tires?
No, I mean, you watch right here. I mean, I think it's just guys just misjudging it right there on that bottom side. Everybody's just misjudging and thinking. I mean, granted, you're so many rows back. You're, 6, 7 rows back. You're just basically guessing on what the leader is going to do, and I'm sure that's what Harris was doing. And he thought they was going to go at a certain time, but he was going to gas it up at a certain time. He ends up getting into Santo, knocks him sideways. He gets up into Falkenham, and all hell ends up breaking loose after Falkenham goes down into Eckert. Eckert slides up, clogs the whole damn track. Game over after that one. But you watch Harris right here. You watch what happens. And we're hearing that nothing is official. Duel 1 or Duel 2, nothing is official. Everything is unofficial.
They're going to look at this all night. I promise you. They're going to make it and this is, I mean, I don't know.
Look,
I mean, watch it again.
Look. The bumps happen up the road. Look, the bumps happen ahead of them. Look, there's a bump coming up soon.
See Eckert on the inside. There's Falkingham. Harris did. Harris hit the 06 of Santo. I will say that much. But it looked like Santo was checking up on the 12. 12 was checking up on the little car. So, Jacob, my thing is this. If you really want to be honest, that big wreck might have happened because of the cars up on the front. We might have to methodically look at row by row from row 1 on back before we finally say, okay, it's that car, it's this row, this is what caused this calamity. But the bottom line is,
the race directors.
Right, you're exactly right. The race directors will. NASRA will, not us. My ass is going to bed. I'm tired. But I will say is this though, they're going to look at everything. So the races are under review. The finishes of race 1 and race 2 are under review. We had some controversial moments of the first one as well as the second one. It changed and played out differently, but Jacob Reeves at the end of the night, my goodness, we were treated to some phenomenal racing. Over 130 entries in the last, week or so, the last 6 nights, now down to day number 7 tomorrow, or less than, it is Saturday in the East Coast. At 7 Eastern tomorrow night, or tonight for that matter, we're gonna call them and put them in 43 cars, 200 laps, 500 miles for the NASRA 500, and we were treated to 86 drivers racing their hearts out, if you will, tonight, Jacob Reeves, to try to put themselves into one of those spots to make it in. Remember, when we came on the air, only 2 14-car spots were available from the duels. That was it, and we saw some really great racing and some exciting moments with Max Dinda winning a crazy controversial finish in race 1, and obviously the restart is controversial on the overtime finish, but Jeffrey Goodpaster picking up the win.
Yeah, I mean, folks, don't take anything, granted, there is some controversial stuff, but we don't need to sit here and dwell on it and say, well, damn, both of these races suck just because of certain situations hit it. You got to look at the whole body of work and everything that happened in both of these races. And both of these races, mind you, granted, controversial stuff, some stuff that race directors got to check out overnight, but for the most part, both of these races was fantastic. I mean, you saw some great moves, some hard moves, hell, I wouldn't do them, but that's why I'm not racing. That's why I'm up here broadcasting. But you saw some great racing tonight. You just can't. I know people look at it and they go, oh, well, that was controversial, so this race sucked. No, you can't look at it like that. You got to look at the overall body of work. Sure, there was some hiccups. Sure, there was some stuff that everybody's got to look at. But at the end of the day, we saw what we wanted to see. We saw super speedway racing, and we're going to get some more of it for 500 miles tomorrow night.
Yeah, we certainly are. And remember, we're going to come on the air. I know we're all planning to get together about an hour before we go live. I think we're going to hit the airwaves about 6:40, 6:45 with a pre-race show. Green flag, 7 o'clock tomorrow night, right here on all of our NASRA broadcasting networks. Thanks, as always, to Brady LaBeouf and Cody Nod and TJ Moore. Boy, they got a long night still ahead of them. For Bigglesteen Hopton, for Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Look at this finish. Coming to the line. Jeffrey Goodpaster, Duel 2 winner. Good night. We'll do it again tomorrow for the NASRA 500. Good evening from Daytona.
There we go, gentlemen. Good job.
I'm out of here. I got to get some fucking rest. I ain't had no sleep all week.
Why did you sleep, man? What are you sleeping? You better
stop
fucking.
You're in your 50s, Jacob.
Stop fucking having kids. You're trying to have damn kids again, you and Taylor.
Yeah, stop having kids. Yeah,
no, man. No, man. We get these races. We get these races done at 12 o'clock, and then I end up having to sit down and eat supper like I'm about to do here in a minute. And then you eat supper, and you ain't in the bed until about 1 o'clock, and then you got to get up at 5 o'clock the next morning and work 10 hours.
I'll tell you something. I know Brady the other night said he's going to give everybody our regular NASRA pay. If he freaking pays us our damn regular NASRA pay after we've been working our damn asses off for 3-4 hours, it seems like each night, I'm going to say something to him. Like, I mean, just like tonight, he said, "Oh, we're just doing regular pay tonight for this race," and I'm like, "Dude, we've been on the freaking air for over 3 hours."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it needs to happen. I mean, we've a lot of sacrifices has been going on.